Good evening, PLW Nation. Tonight at Hideaway Field in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, the 10-17 Snappers take on the 9-18 Warbirds. The Snappers came in at number 7 in the midseason power rankings, just 4 points ahead of the number 8 Warbirds. Matty Levine will be making his debut for the Warbirds this evening after a trade sent him and Brandon Mayo over to the Birds in exchange for Sean Merciel and Logan Christie. There's a breeze blowing out to center field tonight, so expect a high-scoring affair. I'm Tom Gannon, joined by Legends manager Brad Ogden. Welcome to Premier League Wiffle. Who do you have taking tonight's series, Brad?
I got the Snappers. Taylor Briner's healthy, doesn't hurt him to swing. And if you look at the lineups, where's the offense going to come from the Warbirds if it's not Jim Dodos? And I think you're going to see a big night tonight. Wind blowing straight out tonight. I think it's going to benefit the Snappers' lackluster offense. They're going to pick it up.
I think both teams struggling a bit offensively throughout the first half of the season. Tonight might be a good confidence booster on both sides. The wind blowing out, the ball is going to be flying. You get under anything, and it's going to go over the fence.
Yeah, we were watching a little batting practice. Some fly balls that would have been short left field were over the container. So there
were a couple of them that got way up there that might not have left the infield, Brad.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was comical. Batting practice was comical. So it's going to be battle of the long ball, I think, tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure the winds will be a little bit more intense in Game 1 compared to Games 2 and 3. Usually as the sun goes down, the wind begins to dwindle.
Yeah. So we got Matty Petrikis on the mound. Take a look at that Snappers lineup. So leading off, you got Taylor Briner, the 3-time MVP. Batting 2, highlighted there, Ryan Murphy. Look for him to start coming around as he's figuring out this wiffle ball. Batting 3rd, Manny Santillanes. Only hitting 167, 300 career hitter. Look for him to pick it up in the second half. David Harley Jr., probably one of the best defensive players in the league, outside of yourself, Mr. Gannon. Jonathan Wilson in the 5-hole. Again, another guy looking to pick it up, got power to all fields. And then bringing up the rear, Brandon Gregg, probably one of their better hitters, but the 6th spot we found out is a pretty important spot to turn that lineup over. And then on the bench, got Greg Kelly, defensive specialist, with Jesse Capps, and then Scott Labrado, the rookie, looking to get some at-bats later in the game.
And folks, get those wiffle ball points in. Looks like it's Snappers minus 1.5, Warbirds plus 1.5. 55,000 points coming in on the Snappers, 37,000 in on the Warbirds. And it looks like we are just
2 minutes away.
A couple of minutes away from the first pitch here. Briner's still recovering from that broken hand. Not quite back to 100%, but he's at least got his two-handed swing at this point.
Yeah, he was saying it. Talked to him earlier before the game. Doesn't hurt to swing anymore, so he's ready to go. Be great.
It looks like they're
ready to go.
They're ready to play ball. A couple minutes early, not going to hurt. Matt Petrikis with the first pitch. Briner rips that down the line, just a few inches foul.
Yeah. Matt Petrikis comes in with a 2.04 ERA, 56 innings pitched, and a 4-3 record. So on a team with 8 wins, he's got half of them.
Rips that one again, keeps it fair, but right at Jim Dodos in the left field. Catches that, records out number 1. That's going to bring Ryan Murphy, the free agent chip rookie, up to the plate.
Ryan, a big softball player in town, got a lot of power, just a machine hitting a softball. It'll translate.
Now, he was touted as the next Johnny Castaneda. We will see if he's able to get those numbers as he rips that one into left center, That's going to be his first career PLW home run. Ryan Murphy takes advantage of that wind early, Brad.
Yeah, just get it up in the air with any kind of velocity and it's going to go out. So it's going to be a high-scoring game. Maybe 20 runs would not be surprising tonight.
And they give him the silent treatment there, his first home run. There you see Jonathan Wilson give him a hug. He's the guy who recruited him over onto the Snappers team.
Now you got Santillanes, 300 career hitter, just struggling a little bit. He'll find it.
right off the top bar, 54 miles per hour. Petricus gets ahead in the count, 0-2.
Lays off, yeah, good
Misses
pitch.
outside with that one. The wind definitely going to be affecting these pitchers as well. A little bit more difficult to hit that strike zone, but Santillanes gives him a little bit of help there.
Yeah, Manny's been striking out a lot, and it seems to be swinging at balls out of the zone. He wasn't doing that in the first couple of seasons, but maybe pressing just a little bit.
And that's going to bring David Harley Jr. up as he rips that one foul down the left field line.
So you can see the snapper is on a concerted effort to hit balls in the air.
Yeah, definitely selling out with those uppercut swings. On a night like tonight, you almost want to take the exact type of swing you'd tell a little leaguer to never do.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Just drop the shoulder, swing straight up, and good things will happen.
Lift.
Drops that one in there. We've got a full count here. Rips that one to third. That's going to get through the rookie, James Perez. And Harley's going to be on first base, reaching on an error. That's going to bring Jonathan Wilson up to the plate.
Yeah, you don't like to see easy ground balls turned into errors, but trading their shortstop already showing up right off the bat.
And the next one, Matty Levine, able to catch that despite the wind, giving it a bit of an adventure. And the Warbirds are able to get out of it just one run on the solo shot by Ryan Murphy, his first career home run.
Yeah, big. Actually, I think it's big for the Warbirds to get out of there with only one run. Now you can answer. You know, solo shots don't really hurt you, but errors can. So the error didn't come back to haunt them, which is always a good sign for a team that's struggling.
Absolutely, and now we've got that Warbirds lineup leading off the new acquisition, Matty Levine playing third base. Batting second, the man you can see in the graphic there, Jim Dodos playing right field. The third hitter, rookie James Perez. The shortstop, batting in the cleanup spot, Tyler Wilinski in left field, another recent acquisition making his Warbirds debut. In the 5 spot, manager and owner Chris Warfield playing second base, and the pitcher, Matt Petricus, batting sixth. Their only substitute tonight is Dan Pickering, who will likely be coming out of the bullpen at some point.
Yeah, so if you look at their lineup, they have no one other than Dodos hitting over 200. And Dodos is leading the league in hitting. He was leading the leading, or in top 2, at 436. So where's the offense going to come from? Can somebody get on base? Can somebody turn that lineup over? Can somebody take a walk? You know, Taylor's had a kind of a tough season. I think he's 1-7. Yeah, he's 1-7 on the year. Taking a lot of the brunt of their losses, taking a lot of the bad luck. So see if Matty Levine can lead off and get on base in front of Dodos.
His first at-bat in a Warbirds uniform, recorded an out in the top of the first on that fly ball to end the inning. Rips that one right through the 5-6 hole, and Matty Levine is on base with a leadoff single. Levine and Merciel seem to be comfortable on their new teams, as we saw Sean last night with the Night Owls.
Yeah, you saw Sean both guys stepping right up early on.
Dodos rips that opposite field. That's going to get out of here in a hurry. 2-1 Warbirds.
Yeah, it's the wind, and Dodos, he's not trying to do anything. He's literally putting the bat on the ball. If I get it in the air, it's going to go out. And what a great start for the Warbirds, just what the doctor ordered against the tough pitcher, Taylor Briner.
Yeah, Warbirds rocking their new threads. And, Brad, I think we're going to see 15 runs before we see 6 innings tonight.
It wouldn't surprise me. It might be the first time all year.
Perez rips that one right at Jesse Capps, the shortstop, picks it up, throws onto the backstop in time for out number 1, and that's going to bring Tyler Wilinski to the plate.
Tyler hitting under 100, but it's just a matter of time. He hasn't seen a lot of pitches, hasn't been able to show up a lot, so here we go. Maybe he can get locked in, get a couple hits here, have a big night.
Briner gets him swinging 52. Slider. It's a 1-2 count. Taylor dropping down to that sidearm slot a lot early here in the game.
Yeah, new arm angle for him this season.
Been featuring that quite a bit to go along with that over-the-top screwball you just saw.
Well, I blame you, Tom, because you're the one that started it, and everybody's doing it.
.53 on the outside half of the plate. He's going to get Walensky looking. That's going to bring Chris Warfield to the plate.
Mr. Dramatic. Not a lot of batting average from the War Chicken, but when he puts the ball in play, it usually is big.
Waves and misses at that first pitch. 52-mile-an-hour screwball. Misses inside. 0-2 count. And it looks like we got a pretty lopsided wiffle points going on right now. Snappers -1.5, 155,000 points. And his War Chicken flies out to left field right at Brandon Gregg to end the inning.
Yeah, so just for the doctor order, to give up only one when they get a lot of traffic, and then you come back and you win the inning. It's going to be huge as the home team to see if they can keep that lead and keep separating every inning.
And the top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna. If you are buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. Reach out to Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of Premier League Wiffle.
Absolutely. It's good to know somebody in this volatile market. Trust me. It's crazy. Yep. Wiffle points still coming in. Do we close that bet yet? Getting almost 3-1 on your money. About 2.7.
Looks like the bets may be closed. Warbirds +1.5, just 64,408 points. Greg rips that to third base. Matty Levine stops it. The throw is going to be short, and Brandon Gregg has reached on an error. The Warbirds without their Gold Glove shortstop, Sean Merciel.
Yeah, so it's 2 errors already. But let's see if he can. Now, this is where it gets dangerous because he rolled that lineup over, and now you got TB7.
With the wind blowing out, as you see Petricus go to that submarine little flick pitch. Briner rips that one. That's going to get to the wall, and that's going to clear the bases. Brandon Gregg is going to come around to score from first base. And it's a tie ball game, Brad.
Yeah, so right away the air comes back to haunt him. I think that's, it's going to be make the routine tonight. It's going to be the motto of the night. Please just make routine, get the ground ball outs, catch the fly balls.
Yeah, tonight is not a night you want to be giving the opposing team extra outs because they will be able to take advantage.
Yeah. And with only 6 guys in the order, a couple hits rolls this lineup over, and you get the bat twice in a game, and you start seeing a pitcher more. It can snowball for sure.
2-2 count to Murphy. Hit a home run in his last at bat. Bounces that one in there. We've got a full count. Runner in scoring position. Rips that one down the third base line. That's going to get through. And that's going to be a double. Scores Briner from second base, and they've got another runner in scoring position. They've taken the lead 3-2 Snappers. Still nobody out, and Manny Santillanes coming to the plate.
Yeah, so anything in play, it's almost like you could put...
Rips that one up the middle, knocked down by the War Chicken, picked up by Petricus off the top of the strike zone to record the out, 3.94 seconds.
Yeah, it's almost like you could do the 4 infielder thing, because if the ball's in the air, it's gone. So just take your chances on keeping the balls in the infield. Great pitch by him.
Right off the top inside corner, 53 miles per hour. Harley Jr. waves and misses. Gets a piece of that one. Flips that one in there. I'm not sure what pitch that was. That might have been just the wind helping him out.
That's a new pitch from Matty. He doesn't come up with the top very often.
And he does there. Looks like that's just a 1-2 count.
Fattening them off. That's 4 foul balls. Definitely battling here.
As you see those palm trees whipping out in center field. We are in for an entertaining series this evening, Brad, as he reaches out and that ball makes it up the wall off a short hop. Not sure quite how Harley got that one. Looked like a double to me. I think that short hopped the wall. We've still got the replay up here, folks. What do you think in the chat? Double or triple? Triple's got to hit that wall in the air. Tough to see on that replay, but I think the call on the field is double. Looks like the call on the field is double. Little bit of controversy, but the snappers are not going to challenge. Harley's going to be on base with the double. The run still scores just one out here in the second inning. Wilson takes that pitch outside. Wilson rips that one through the infield, and that one's going to go off rookie James Perez for a single. It's going to be first and third, Brandon Gregg coming to the plate.
Yeah, he started off this inning reaching base with an error, so it's only one out. But it does set up a double play. So a ground ball, and get a double play and get out of this. Or a ground ball and hold.
Oh, he swings and misses. The check swing, the barrel of the bat bends forward.
Don't worry, they'll fix it. They fixed that bat, the same bat since season 1.
You see Greg shaking his head. It's a dribbler back up the middle. Petricus is going to go home with it. They get the out at first. Now there's going to be runners at second and third. Second and third. 2 down. Taylor Briner at the dish.
Already got a double this inning.
Looking to do some damage here. This is going to be one of those at-bats both teams look back on regardless of the result here.
Yes.
Opposite field, is that one going to go? Another bounce off the little Batty Bakery sign, and that's going to be 2 more runs for the Snappers. It's 6-2, still 2 down, but a runner in scoring position for Ryan Murphy.
With the wind, would you go 3 outfielders here? Keep singles so if you did get a ground ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe that's the play. I mean, the ball's carrying, and as he rips that one into the outfield, but that one kind of gets hung up there. Doesn't really carry. Tyler Walensky has to come in to make that play. And, Brad, I wonder if you want to get them hitting the ball on the ground by putting the 3 outfielders out there, because it seems like both teams are just trying to get under the ball right now.
Yeah, I would go, to keep the single, it's kind of a softball thing where you always control second base so that if anybody in the infield does make a play, you have the easy force out, you have options. I'd almost do that, especially if Matty continues to throw strikes, so he's not walking anybody, they're going to put the ball in play, and anything in the air, you just want to keep it from a double to keep the force play involved.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose here. You have 8 wins. Let's do something to give yourself a chance to win this game. They're the home team. If they answer right here and get 3 runs, maybe you employ it. You're going to start right here with Matty Petricus at the bottom, so they're going to roll this lineup over, and you could get 3 runs in a hurry because Dodos is going to bat.
Yeah, Jim really off to a scorching start this season. Had that unfortunate concussion head injury a few weeks ago, but it seems he's back to 100% now.
Yeah, he's back to 100%. I got to see him right after, and he was in good spirits, and just a matter of time. You got to take your time with those things.
Petricus takes the screwball inside. We've got Evan Shields, 98 in the chat. Wait, where's Mayo? Mayo not available for tonight's series.
There's a home run.
As Petricus hits that one to center field, and that one, another one that doesn't quite carry. Harley has to come in on that to make the play. And we've got 1 out. Matty Levine back up to the plate. Swing and a miss. 54 gets him looking. I think he knew that before it even hit the strike zone, Brad.
Yeah, he was looking for something else. Obviously, got froze there. Let's see if Dodos can get one back here. Just get a base hit. Get something.
Here we get Dodos to the plate, but no one on base for him. Hit that opposite field home run in his last at bat. 2-run shot, the only runs for the Warbirds so far in this game. Briner still dropping down to that sidearm submarine delivery. Doesn't want to give Dodos anything over the top. And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, but what an effort by Brandon Gregg to keep that one in the park. I think that ball was going over the fence, Brad.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be close. It was going to be 3 or 4 bags. If he doesn't leap and make a play there.
He reaches up, holds Dodos to a single off the hands of Brandon Gregg and not reaching the wall. Screwball misses inside for ball number 1.
Now let's see if James can get something going here.
Perez, the number 4 overall pick by the Warbirds in this spring's draft. Hits that one up the middle, but right off the leg of Briner. He fields it, throws onto the backstop for out number 3, and that's going to end the threat.
Yeah, 2 hard balls hit by Perez. Unfortunately, hit one at Jesse, kind of almost got through him, and then that one hits Taylor's leg. If it doesn't hit his leg, it's a single to the right side. It's first and third, and you're bringing up Walensky. So
and maybe even it gets to the wall, but unfortunately, 84 off the bat, but directly at the pitcher, and he's able to keep it in front of him. Good reaction there by Briner.
Yeah, pitchers, I mean, it is reaction that close, Tom. I mean, you play the position. I played the position at a different sport, and where the reactions were something that was key, and you just sometimes you're literally just sticking your leg out, sticking a hand out, and hoping it hits.
Yep, and thankfully in wiffle ball, it doesn't really hurt to get hit by that ball, no matter how hard it's hit. You're not taken out of the play, you're not taken out of the game. You're still gonna be fine. You're still gonna have time to make the play, unless it bounces off you and goes out of play.
Yeah,
which I believe we've seen a couple of times.
Yeah.
Santianes fouls that one over the backstop.
Manny looking to join the hit parade, the only person in the lineup without a hit. Well, him and Brandon Gregg, but Brandon Gregg got reached on there. Oh, the ephus. I like the ephus.
A little bit of a cement mixer there from Petricus. Not really sure what exactly that pitch is as he throws that sort of submarine screwball. A pitch you see a lot from Adam Couch of the Ones.
Mm-hmm.
Full count now. Santianes looking to get on base. And he rips that one to short. Few hops. Perez makes the play in plenty of time for out number 1.
All right, David Harley Jr. doubling his last at bat, doubling an RBI. Run scored after that, too. Harley doesn't bat enough to know that he was in the lineup, so that's why he's surprised.
Harley rips that one over the container. That ball sneaks out of here. That's going to be a home run. Snappers take a 7-2 lead. Top of the 3rd inning. Still just 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, again, Harley's, a lot of his contact is hard contact. He strikes out a lot, but when he does make it, I'm sure his slugging percentage is, approaching 500.
Yeah, Harley, one of the... Oh, as Wilson flips that one in the infield. Is that one going to be in time? Yes, I believe Warfield got it there in time. It says 5:06 on the clock up top, but I believe that was a slightly late stop. Looked like it was 4-9 something.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a late stop maybe. But we had the other 2. So we have 2 other stopwatches to keep it in, so...
Looks like that averaged to below 5 seconds. They're going to get the out. Brandon Gregg takes strike 1 on the outside half at 54 miles per hour. Up the middle, Brandon Gregg. Is that ball going to get it to the wall? Yes, it is. He's on base with a double. And it looks like they are going to be adding Scott Labrato to the bottom of the lineup in the 7 spot.
Yeah, so Scott Labrato only got 1 hit on the season, looking to jump up and get some swings here in a prime time opportunity.
Snappers with a 5-run lead adding to that lineup. But with wind conditions like this, I mean...
Yeah, it's never enough.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I like this decision by the Snappers. Obviously good to get some other guys in the game, but 5 runs doesn't feel like a safe lead in these conditions.
Doesn't feel like a safe lead, and TB7 was on deck. So now you're counting on Scott to get a hit here to bring him up.
Yeah, with 2 outs.
Yes.
Although if he does get on base, that's just another base runner for Briner.
Right.
As he does, rips that one up the middle. I believe that's going to score the run from second. Don't think Petricus got a hand on that.
Nope.
And
first RBI.
And we've got a runner on first, and that rolls the lineup back up to Briner. 8-2 now. Snappers with a 6-run lead. Big screwball there from Petricus.
Wow.
Not something you see often out of him.
Wynn got that one.
Down the third baseline, foul. 2-2 count.
Cheers, Emily, saying Scott's last game. I don't know what that's all about.
Rips that one through the 5-6 hole. That's going to be another base hit. First and second, 2 out. And Ryan Murphy back up to bat. I believe this is his 3rd at bat of the game. Hits that one.
Makes it dirty.
Perez gets a hand on it, knocks it down. They're going to get the out at second. What a great play to end the inning. Good awareness by War Chicken to cover second base. And Matt Petricus, the pitcher, running all the way out into left field to go get that
ball. That was Levine.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
excuse me, the third baseman.
Yeah, so the veterans showing the moxie of it's dirty, it's still live, get the out at second base. But you saw Petricus run to third in case he wanted to flip it to third.
That's right. Yeah.
They had covered all the bases. That's veteran play by a veteran team. Again, and I don't think 6 runs is enough. They may not win the game, but they're not going to score only 2 runs.
Yeah, if this game does go 6 innings, I think the Warbirds are going to have 8 runs.
Yes.
So the Snappers still going to be looking for some insurance next inning. Balls are flying out of Hideaway Field tonight. And there you see the Warbirds hat of Buck Burner missing tonight's series on vacation.
Nice, Buck.
There you see Buck and his wife having a good time down there. He's going to be missing this series, but I believe he'll be back next week for the Warbirds. Hopefully coming off a series win, but not looking great at the moment.
Still opportunities. Until they score 15, it's still a chance.
And Walensky, a weak fly ball to second base. Santillanes makes the play, and Walensky visibly upset after that at bat. Not happy with the result. Unable to hit the ball hard. And the War Chicken is on base with a single to left.
So 2 balls in play from the War Chicken. Again, Taylor throws a lot of strikes. So if they can square a couple up, they can get 3 runs in a heartbeat here. A base hit brings up Manny Levine, who hit the ball hard in his first at bat.
1 out, 1 on. Petricus, opposite field. That's going to land. Looks like first to third. Chris Warfield going to advance on that base hit to right. First and third. And that's going to bring Matty Levine in his Warbirds debut. A big at-bat here. Yeah. This could be a small turning point in the game if he can get a big hit.
So they're talking about how they're going to throw somebody out. Honestly, I would not run because Dodos is on deck. I would not give them 2 outs with Dodos on deck.
Yeah, I don't think you can take the bat out of his hands.
They're not going to throw the double play. Well, they might go for the double play in the middle.
The wind is blowing out. So if they do have the opportunity to tag up, it will be a lot more difficult to get that ball to the backstop with the wind killing the throw. Did he go? No.
No, right away. No go, no go.
First base umpire Cody Runnels has him holding up there. Good call by Runnels, I think.
And he did not break his bat, so.
Yeah, the bat doesn't bend. Barrel doesn't go forward. And he rips that one right at Jesse Capps. Santillanes picks it up and throws it right into the hands of Brad Ogden.
I'm still better fielder than Manny.
They're able to get one out, but the run scores, and the batter will advance to second base on the throw out of play. Jim Dodos with a runner in scoring position. It is now 8-3, but 2 down. Rips that one, no doubter, over the Titanic Field scoreboard in right center field. And that's going to be Jim's second home run of the game. Second 2-run shot as well, as he's got 4 RBIs out of the 5 runs that the Warbirds have scored.
And that's just kind of that's the recipe for the Warbirds. When Jim Dodos has a great series, they have a chance to win. And the guys at the bottom got on base and put the ball in play. Balls in play are great. Striking out is terrible in wiffle ball. Good things can happen with the ball in play.
That's right.
And Jimmy's due here. 2 hard hit balls just right at somebody. But, Buff, I was wide open, so I caught it both feet in. Touchdown.
Flips that one in there, 50 miles per hour on the cement mixer. Hits the top bar. Fist that one off right to Santillanes. He looks to second, throws. Not sure what that one got.
We'll look at it. I think it hit this.
Take a look at the replay here, folks. The throw comes in. It's tough to really see what happened there. Let's see this one more time.
I think it hit the clamp. It might have hit the clamp.
I believe the call on the field is an out.
Yeah.
Not sure there's really enough evidence to
I don't think it hit the camera,
no
but it hit the clamp. But I was wide open. Manny tried to hit me for 2 touchdowns.
That one just stays in play there. Nice scoop by the first baseman, so to speak. And the Warbirds going to Dan Pickering already, 4th inning. And what do you think? 3-run game.
But you got to save Patricus's innings. You've got to save the innings. You're trying to win the series. So you got it close. And he's a different kind of pitcher, just a little bit different than what Matty is, so maybe a different look will help him. And if he can get 2 or 3 innings here, throwing strikes, not walking out, it saves 2 innings for later. And then if they come back, they can always bring Matt back in. He doesn't have any walks, so.
That's right. And they've already gone a few times through that batting order. It seems like the Snappers are seeing Petricus fairly well, so.
Yeah, seeing him fairly well, hitting him fairly hard. Everything's extra bases. I still would implore, especially now with Petricus, I would go 3 outfielders with Petricus and Perez in the infield. Put Dodos in center, let him patrol, and put the other 2 guys right on the lines, maybe 10 feet off the lines, and take your chances with them trying to hit ground balls.
Yeah, it seems as though the Snappers are all trying to hit the ball in the air, so I do agree 3 outfielders would be a good strategy to employ here with these windy conditions. Can have all of those guys standing right at the fence. The ball will be drifting out to them if they do get under it.
Well, and you can have one guy play semi-shallow. You can have center field play semi-shallow, so that you can cut off those angles and the 2 guys play deep. It's a big field. 6 fielders is a lot. A
lot of different options. You see a lot of different shifts that these teams employ. It looks like they're going to stick with the standard 3 infielders, 2 outfielders, and Manny Santillanes coming up to the plate to face Dan Pickering in his first inning of work. Hits that one to third, knocks it down, right back to him. He's going to pick it up, but he does not make the throw. Maybe a wise decision from Levine, thinking he may have airmailed that one.
Well, you keep the force play. If you can get a ground ball here.
They've got the play to second. Harley Jr. to short. tailor-made double play. Is he going to be able to make the throw? Looks like that's just a little bit wide. They get the lead runner. So 1 out and 1 on. They've still got the force at second. Jonathan Wilson comes up to the dish.
Yeah, it looks like he threw a slider. Wind kind of got it right there at the end, and right at the end, it just broke really hard and hit that outside panel.
Yeah, just about a foot wide. Almost able to turn the unassisted double play. And here's another chance. They flip to second, on to the backstop. That's going to be short, but they get the lead runner once again, and they've still got the force at second base.
Yeah, so again, much better defensive. And this might have been the thing, too. Get Matty off the mound to increase your defense. A little bit better defense here with Matty playing short, so.
Brandon Gregg's going to fly that one. It's drifting out into the outfield, but James Perez drifts out there with the ball to make the play for out number 3. That's going to end the inning. The Snappers don't put any runs on the board, so now the Warbirds with a great opportunity to cut into this deficit and steal a little bit of the momentum here in this game.
Absolutely. It's going to be great. I mean, that's a great inning from Pickering. Come in, give up nothing, really. Nothing hit hard. I mean, it was a reached on an error and then 2 fielder's choices and a pop-up. So the War Chicken looking like a genius. And now they go to Jonathan Wilson. Big slider, good ERA, good. And again, it probably helps their defense because I don't see Taylor out there. So maybe he's trying to save innings as well.
And it looks like we're going to have the debut of Kirby Bucket. Kirby strolling around in the outfield, not really sure quite what he's doing. He's already dropped off a few balls to Wilson on the mound. As you see, Kirby going off that jump, third base and the pylon forming a little ramp for him to accelerate off of. Kirby's been having a little bit of fun this week. Definitely some serious upgrades.
Well, yeah, with these jokers out here, you got to upgrade him because if he's not out there fast enough, they've already thrown their 5 pitches and it's a waste. Got to get him out there.
Yeah, Kirby now with turbo mode, stronger motor, tire rotation, oil change.
There you go. All right, look for Tyler. Let's see if Tyler can get locked in here and get a couple of base hits. Get a chance to 2 base runners can bring up Dodos again. That gives him a chance to cut into this lead again.
Wilinski known to hit the ball a long way when he does connect with it. Hasn't really had regular at-bats so far this season, but perhaps on the Warbirds he'll find himself in the starting lineup a little bit more often. The Warbirds obviously with some offensive struggles during the first half.
Yes, that is a fair statement.
Fights that one off a little bit. 2-2 count. Expect Wilson to come in with that big slurve. And he gets Wilinski swinging 45 miles per hour. Takes a little something off that. The old stop ball pumps the brakes right as he starts to swing for it. It seems. Falls away. That's going to be out number 1, Chris Warfield at the plate. Rips that one foul down the left field line.
Yeah, again, Chris is a high damage contact hitter. He might strike out 30% of the time, but when he puts the ball in play, he hammers it.
Fouls another one off. Warfield known as a former professional disc golfer. Definitely known to get a lot of torque. Use those hips as he takes that outside the same pitch that Wilson got Wilinski on. Ground ball third base, Greg Kelly stays in front of it, picks it up, throws onto the backstop in time for out number 2. Neam in the chat, we got a highlighted message. Where is the camera behind the pitcher? Is it outside the field? Yes, there it is. You see it right there in center field behind that pocket radar sign. Here comes the pitch. Petricus, wow, slapped out of play by Greg Kelly. I believe that was a fair ball. So that's going to put Petricus on second base. And 2 out and a man on scoring position. Matty Levine, you see a smile on Kelly's face. I mean, Does a great job getting a hand on that, trying to knock it down, but
Here's another big chance.
not quite. And, you know, if Greg doesn't get a hand on that, that's...
Still a double.
Yeah, that's going to be off the container in the left field, down the lines. Same result.
A walk here would be monumental with Dodos coming up.
.54 outside. It's going to even the count at 2-2. Great pitch by Wilson. Waves and misses. Gets him to chase just outside the zone to end the inning. Wilson strands a runner in scoring position, and the Warbirds unable to tack on a run. Still 8-5, and we head to the fifth.
Yeah, it's fifth inning, 6 outs left, and the Warbirds are still in striking distance. And you know a lot of thunder and lightning, but it's only a 3-run lead, so it's still anybody's game. I like going back with Pickering here. See if he can find that magic that got him out of that last inning.
Yeah, it looks like I may be eating my words a little bit here. Does not appear we're going to be getting to that 15-run rule, but still a couple innings left, and anything can happen here.
Yeah, it looks like the winds have significantly died down.
Yeah, the palm tree's pretty still out there in center field, and I believe, you know, that second tier of wind is still blowing up there, but you really need to get the ball up into the wind at this point.
Yeah.
Looks like Scott Labrado is going to be leading it off for the Snappers.
Yeah, it's going to go Labrado, Briner, Murphy. Can Pickering get through this bottom in the top of the order? Give himself a chance.
Ground ball to third. Levine picks it up. Makes a strong throw into the backstop. 3.86 seconds. In plenty of time to get the out. That brings TB7 up to the plate. 3-time MVP reigning Cy Young Award winner. And with Shane Weber out due to injury, he's really tasked with carrying this team to some wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's going to be TB and whoever else wants to come along, because he's going to put up numbers. He's already got 2 doubles tonight, 3 hits total.
Swings and hits that one. That ball does not quite make it out as far as I thought it would. The wind definitely dying down quite a bit, but that ball hit very well. Makes it over the wall fairly easily. It gives the Snappers a 9-5 lead.
Yeah, so he came in hitting 243. Look for him to be approaching 320 at the end of the season. He's going to hit over 400 the second half.
Yeah, Briner, most of that first half swinging with one hand, obviously going to be showing some serious improvement as he gets back to 100%. Murphy with that home run in his first at-bat seems to have cooled off a bit since then. Takes that one, just misses.
Yeah, he's 2 for 4 on the night with the home run and a double, a couple RBIs.
Could take inside.
Whatever, dude. Do you, baby. Do you. You're not being perfect.
And that's a walk. Walk number 1. And one more, he's out of there.
Yeah, so 2 walks in the PLW means 2 walks in the game means you can't pitch any more that game. So a walk is always huge, especially if somebody's got your number. You want to get them out as soon as you can.
And if he does walk out this inning, who do you think he'd go to next? Is it Dodos?
You have to.
Swing and a miss. Manny can't help but laugh at that one. Fooled him a little bit there.
I would say it fooled him a lot bit.
Fools him quite a bit. Definitely not what he was looking for. Probably looking for a first pitch strike.
Yeah, so Pickering doesn't live at 52 to 55. He lives at 48 to 51, so it's much slower than all these guys are used to.
And a lot of guys end up ahead of it.
Just like,
as you see,
yep.
Manny foul that down the third base line. Floats that one in there. Different pitch there from Pickering than I've seen in the past.
Yeah, slow, slower, and slowest.
Sort of almost a riser, sort of that same type of pitch that you often see out of Trench Pacone. Looks like he was going for it again, but spikes that one. I believe we got a 2-2 count. Rips that one. Is it going to make it over the fence? Walensky
Oh, shit.
tumbles over the fence. Is he going to be okay? Looks like he's fine, but scary moment there as he flips over the fence. That almost takes a home run away from Santillanes, but looks like he's fine. Jumps up quickly. But it's now 11-5 Snappers. Let's look at this one more time. Look at this. Going back right at the wall. Almost able to reach back and take a home run away, but just beyond the outstretched hands of Walensky.
Yeah, he's a football player, so he's a tough guy. You see the guys running out to check on him, make sure he's okay.
I believe he's one of the top flag football quarterbacks in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he's a freak athlete. He's a big man. He's like 6'3", 6'4", so.
Very lanky, very athletic. A lot of range out there in the outfield. Almost makes a spectacular play. But David Harley Jr., base is empty. 1 out. Ground ball to third. Levine keeps it in front of him, throws onto the backstop in time for out number 2.
2 good plays by Levine this inning. The walk kind of came back to haunt him with a 2-run homer, but if we can get out of this inning, it's still a chance. There's 6 outs. I mean, it's gonna be a slugfest.
Jonathan Wilson here trying to help out his own cause. Tacks something on with 2 outs as he rips that one. Looks like it's going to get all the way to the wall for a double. Jonathan Wilson gets himself going with a double. And that brings Brandon Gregg to the plate. Floats that one in, grounded to third. Levine knocks it in front of him again, but that one's going to get above the backstop. Wilson's going to come around to score. Brandon Gregg is on second. He reaches on the error. And the Warbirds giving the Snappers another chance here. Not something you want to do.
So that's the announcer's jinx. I said he made 2 good plays, and they followed that up.
And Greg Kelly going to get his first at bat here. I believe he is pinch hitting. And he hits that one to center field. Is that one going to carry enough? No. Walensky camps under it, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Warbirds get out of it, but not after Jonathan Wilson doubles and scores.
Yeah, so
and the 2-run homer from Manny Santillanes.
Well, you still might have your 15. You got closer right there.
Yeah, I think I might have jinxed myself. Second guessing there.
And then they put up the trade. So there's the trade that happened between these Warbirds and last night's Night Owls.
Yeah, you saw Christie and Merciel making their debut for the Night Owls last night. Brandon Mayo not in attendance tonight, but Matty Levine making his debut for the Warbirds, and that free agent chip, the final free agent chip as the Night Owls they got another free agent chip from the Lightning in exchange for Josh Towers. They used that last night on Dakota.
I could not pronounce his last name, but
Dakota with a tough
last name.
Tough last name to pronounce. We're going to have to ask him how to pronounce that. I think maybe it started with a P.
Yeah, good kid. Came
Dakota
out here.
P.
Dakota P. And I think they have one more free agent chip, and I know that they had several guys out here last night.
Yeah, the Night Owls, they brought 3 guys out, had a sort of an official tryout here last night to decide who to use that free agent chip on. As you see the sunset here in Las Vegas behind those mountains. And Jim Dodos, is that another one? Not quite able to get that one over the fence. Dodos with a double. I believe that short hopped the wall. Not sure what the call on the field is. Jim's going to stop at second.
So he's a triple away from the cycle. I don't think we've had a cycle hit in the season. I don't think we've
Definitely not this season. Maybe not ever. I'm not sure. It's definitely happened in a series, but in a single game, I don't believe we've seen it. Perez grounds that one to short. Caps up with it. Onto the backstop. No problem for out number one.
So Perez has hit every ball on the ground. He needs to get a little lift, maybe move up in the box a little bit. I mean, you're the guy that would tell me that. Dakota Antetokounmpo. I can pronounce Antetokounmpo.
Dakota Pikivit. As you see, Logan Stirrups, 11 in the chat. I think he's afraid to put a team name down there as the trade deadline approaches in case he gets dealt again.
Well, he'd have more trades than hits this season so far.
Logan came up with the Vaders as Walensky fouls that one down the left field line. Pitched well in the Challengers tournament to get the Vaders into this league. Was then traded to the Warbirds just a few weeks ago before being traded again. 56, just a little bit too fast, and Wilson can't believe it. Floats that one, gets Walensky to wave and miss, 48 miles per hour, slows it down, and that's the second time he's got him to chase that outside curveball. Just runs away as soon as he starts swinging at it. That brings owner, manager, War Chicken, Chris Warfield to the plate. As I believe we've got a Trench Pacone sighting there in center field. And Warfield trying to give him a souvenir, but not quite. The wind starting to die down as you see Caro and Trench climbing atop the shipping container in left field. Best seats in the house.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually have a Friday out there when I can do that, but it seems like Friday is date night, so I don't partake. I don't come out here on Friday nights unless I'm playing.
Yeah, you got to take a day off sometime.
Yes.
Brad, a loyal member of the stream team, whether it's calling the game or umpiring the games or managing your team, the Legends.
Yeah.
Often out here multiple days a week.
Yeah, the wife put the kibosh on that. Just, you can, not every night, but that's okay. That's quite all right. Springtime is here. It's nice out. It's going to be beautiful, I think, for the rest of the week, for maybe the next 2 weeks, and then it'll be summer phase one where it starts to get to the hundreds.
That's right. As we see Pickering warming up here, looks like he's going to remain in the game.
Yeah, there's nothing to lose here. You're down 7. It's the 6th inning. Don't waste an inning of Petricus or Dodos. You want to try and keep them. Again, the goal is to win the series. If you can survive this and give yourself a chance, maybe get a little momentum going into that second and third game.
There you see the plane flying out of Harry Reid International Airport. That's recently renamed airport here in Las Vegas.
What a joke. Don't get me started.
And Jesse Capps coming into the game, believe he's either been added to the bottom of the lineup or he is pinch hitting here.
He's added to the bottom because they were already at the bottom with Labrado, so Taylor Briner has not put his bat down. So
looks like he's on deck as I almost fall out of my seat. Got to be careful how far I lean forward in these things. Rips that one, Caps. Almost gets on the board there. Caps with 1 home run this season.
Yeah, I saw it up close and personal.
Believe it was a 3-run shot.
Yes, it was. It's his only home run and only RBIs of the season.
Takes that pitch. The floater fades outside. Good eye from Caps. Trickles that one to third. Levine picks it up, strong throw into the backstop, 3.63. Plenty of time to get the out.
Yeah, I won't be jinxing Maddie anymore.
And that's going to bring Briner up to the plate. 12-5. Just 3 runs from the Snappers would end the game without giving the Warbirds a chance to come back. And I think Briner wants that one back. Shaking that broken hand. And still healing.
And Briner
sometimes
needs a
gets
triple.
a stinger.
Briner needs a triple for the cycle. 2 doubles, a single, and a home run. He's 4 for 5 with at least 4 RBIs. I think it might be 5.
Trying to shake out that hand. Must have been a little sting on that last swing. Floats that one, and he gets not all of it, but, oh, Trench Pacone, and Dodos is upset. Looks like the umpires may have to get together for this one. It looked like Pacone might have been reaching onto the field a little bit there. Dodos is upset. And it looks like they might be throwing the challenge flag out there. That might have been a little bit of interference on Trench Pacone out there on the shipping container in left field. Let's see that one more time. Reaching out there, and it looks like Jim might have been able to make that play. And the umpires are going to head down and review this play.
I don't think he reached over. I don't think he reached over the line. So Jim is laughing. I can't tell if that's the Jim I'm mad laugh or... It was way over. Trench never...
Yeah, you see Trench probably not trying to get too close to that edge right there. Does not want to fall.
Trench just hit us up in the chat. It was a home run. Calm down. Hey, Trench is saying it was a home run. He's saying.
But definitely a good review by the umpires. Call is going to stand. Jim with a smile on his face after that one. Thankfully, not a one-run game, Brad.
Yes, thank goodness, right? That's right, and then Pickering comes
sending
right
a message. They give Pickering the sign to throw at him after that.
Yes, so he needs to fall down like Darno did against D. Gordon.
Rips that one. That's going to get out. Pacone makes the play that time. Stabs that one. Does a little dance move. That one, not a doubt at all. Ryan Murphy, his second home run of the game. This time his teammates are going to celebrate with him at home plate.
So one more run. And are we seeing a war chicken? Yes, we are seeing a war chicken sighting on the mound.
Oh boy, 14-5. Just one out. The Snappers 1 run away from ending this game just a half inning early.
You might be a truth teller, Tom. You might get your 15.
The fabled double jinx. As you see, Warfield flipped that ball right into Kirby Bucket. And it looks like he's going to be featuring the floater as he throws one in at 30 miles per hour. Pocket radar, we have pocket radar to set not to read anything below 30 miles per hour. So Warfield on the low end of that. Looks like
now he can gas
comes
it
back
up.
in at 54.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell if he's just trying to get this game over in one pitch or if he's trying to keep his team going. As you see Kirby Bucket getting a little bit of air off of that third base ramp during pregame just a couple of nights ago.
So this ought to be interesting. The chicken is on the mound.
Manny at the plate. Looks like they are just about ready to get going. And I think Manny is going to be trying to hit a home run here, as Briner on the bench for the Snappers saying, I think it's a walk-off if you hit it out.
Yes, 100%.
Not the traditional sense of a walk-off, but a game-ending home run nonetheless, as Santillanes gets that one up the middle. A lot of spin on that ball.
6 home runs by the Snappers in this game.
2 from Murphy, 1 from Santillanes, 2 from Briner.
And 1 from Harley.
Harley pops that one up. Might be a tough play. Perez able to camp under it. Gives his teammate Petrikis a hug after he makes the play.
So an out here at least gives the Warbirds a chance to hit again and maybe build some momentum. And you never know. You just never know.
And a finger ball from the War Chicken. Just sticks one finger in there. There you see right there his grip. If anyone at home's wondering, that's how he threw that ball. You're not seeing things. Rip the other way. Dodos keeps it off the wall. We're just going to have first and second. 2 down. Brandon Gregg trying to end this game. A clean single would finish the Warbirds off here in game 1. Tips that right back into the zone. 0-2 count. And I think he's tipped it. I think he's going with that little finger release. And there it is. A little lollipop.
I don't even know what that is.
It looks silly. He's sticking his finger up. And Greg asks him for another one. And he's going to not quite get it. Tough, tricky release. Those pitches where you actually stick your finger in the hole. And Greg rips that to short. One hopper. They flip to second for out number 3. And the Warbirds are going to get their last 3 outs. They're going to get their fair shake. Down by 9. A tough hill to climb, but I think they could do it. The wind's still carrying these balls out of the ballpark.
Yeah, it's still blowing out, and they're saying who's going to go pitch, and they're going to pitch somebody that doesn't pitch. So it's either going to be Greg Kelly or Caps or David Harley or somebody or Murphy. Somebody's going to go pitch that doesn't normally pitch, and they could give him 3 runs.
Looks like they're giving the ball to David Harley Jr. I believe he's going to be making his pitching debut for the Snappers here.
Yeah, so David Harley not even on my list of available pitchers because he hasn't pitched yet.
I believe this is his first appearance this season, maybe his first career pitching appearance.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, again, they got a comfortable lead. Maybe seeing if they can find somebody that can pitch tonight. That may be the thing I'm looking for. I don't know.
Yeah, the 9-run lead, trying to save an inning here, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I like this decision, just, considering the wind conditions. You don't want to give the Warbirds a chance to get that momentum back.
I don't like not trying to. I mean, again, they're trying to win. They're trying to save an inning. A saved inning could be big later in the series.
Yeah, especially as it seems as though Briner and Wilson are really their only 2 pitching options at this point. I mean, they've got Greg. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, surprised we haven't seen Greg at all in this game.
Yeah,
I guess maybe trying to hide him from the Warbirds, not show what he's got. But the other thing with these windy conditions is that, a pitcher's probably going to want to find his stuff. I think I'd rather see the Snappers go with Brandon Gregg in this spot.
Yeah, you've already gone through 5 of the 18 innings. He's only going to pitch 1 game. Taylor hasn't pitched a bunch. So, you could get 2 walks, 3 walks here, and then all of a sudden they got a little momentum, and they're feeling it for the second game at the very least. Because I don't think Harley throws a strike. I'm going to say Harley walks out in 8 pitches if they don't swing.
I think he's going to throw 1 strike.
Just 1. Are they going to swing at it, or are they going to take it?
I'm going to go with take it.
Okay.
After that one, misses way up.
I don't think anybody's swinging. There's the one. There it is. There's the 1.
Right on the corner. Petricus with the patient approach here. Flips that one, and might have been a knuckleball or something. That pitch was a little funky.
It was ugly.
Full count now. Going to have to come to him here. And he misses outside. That's walk number 1. Puts a runner aboard. Maddie Levine.
Another patient hitter. He knows that he can't win the game. Going to take a chance here if he gets a walk.
The wind coming back a little bit as you see those palm trees dancing in center field. And the Snappers going with the dead pole shift. They've got 3 infielders on the left side, giving Levine everything on the right side. No right fielder, no second baseman.
But if it's in the air, it's gone. The wind's really blowing again.
And that's right, as you see Harley drop down to that sidearm angle.
Mr. Perfecto in the chat. Casey Taravella cheering on his guy.
Taravella with the perfect game last night against the Night Owls. just 5 strikeouts. Defense really picking him up in that game. A real team perfect game.
Yeah, that's what we kind of talked about.
And there's walk number 2.
And there's a picture of the guy himself.
Casey Taravella, one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, really turning some heads this season. And, one of the true 3-way superstars.
Yeah, but superstar in the making for sure. You got to play on a successful team for people to notice you. So hopefully we're playing a little better and people start to notice how good that kid really is.
Yeah, the legends in the preseason poll you guys were number 9 in the rankings, but number 3 in the midseason poll, no longer flying under the radar.
Yeah, that preseason poll, the first preseason poll that we took a part in, they had the Tomahawks rated number 2 and the Snappers rated last, and we went 7-42 that season.
And the Snappers went on to win the championship. Looks like they're going back to Wilson here, and that little experiment not quite paying off. They still are going to be using an inning out of Wilson. He comes in to face Dodos.
I would have gone to Caps there. At least Jesse, you'll throw the ball.
I think they should have gone to Brandon Gregg, get him some innings, give him a shot before he comes in, whether it's game 2 or game 3. These are definitely windy conditions, tough to throw strikes, and I think in a situation like this, you almost want to give all 3 of your pitchers, all 3 of your starters an inning in the first game just so they can sort of feel out the conditions.
Yeah. So a triple here. If he hits it off the container for a triple, that'll be the cycle. It might be the first one in PLW history.
And I think you jinxed him. He was going to hit it right there if he didn't say anything. And Alex Max Mateo 2020. Mama Fernandez, I believe, in the chat. Alex's premiere and red carpet. Going to be April 23rd. I believe it's sold out already. As Dodos rips that one up the middle. Don't believe Briner got a hand on it. That's going to score a run. First and second. Warbirds. A little bit of life here. Still nobody out.
Dodo's 5 for 5.
He's good.
He's good. Now, can Jimmy Perez get a ball in the air? If he hits a ball in the air, he hits a home run. If he hits a ball on the ground, it's a double play.
When he gets under it there, definitely trying
to lift. Everything's been on the ground. 4 straight ground outs.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball hard, but he's been hitting the ball on the ground. You're right, Brad. Wilson bounces that one in there. The number 4 overall pick, Perez. And I think Wilson threw a knuckleball right there. Misses way inside.
Always trying something silly.
Wynn takes it. You see Wilson's got a smile on his face after that one. Waves and misses, gets the strikeout with that big curveball. And the wind helping that pitch, really blowing into the holes. And it's almost like that solid side of the ball was like a sail for that pitch in these conditions. And that brings Walensky up to the plate. He's waved and missed at 2 of those same pitches that Perez struck out on himself. Let's see if he makes an adjustment here in his 3rd at bat against Wilson.
Yeah, he's got 3 strikeouts on a night. Doesn't want the sombrero. As a proud owner of a couple of sombreros, I don't want him to have one too. Good eye, 3-1. Two one. Oh, that's a walk.
Misses outside for ball 4, and we're going to have the bases loaded. 1 out. 14-6.
Bases loaded. 1. And the War Chicken is known for dramatics. What?
Maybe he's going to put a spark into this offense right when they need it. You know what, Brad? I think if Chris hits a home run here, the tying run's going to come to the plate. I'm going to say it right now. I don't know if they're going to win, but the tying run's going to come to the plate. And he doesn't hit a home run. Great play by Greg Kelly. Catches the line drive. And they're only able to get 1 there as he makes the catch. What a play by Kelly, laying out. And the ball just sticks to his hands. And Greg saying he should have just knocked that ball down. Perhaps the intentional drop rule comes into play there. As Wilson misses just up top for ball 1.
Big spot for the All-American here. See if he can get a base hit. Extend this inning.
Misses way outside with that big bender.
Wow, yeah, I think the wind grabs it and just makes it amplifies the break.
Absolutely. 53 gets him swinging. 2-2 count. 2 out. Bounces that one in there. We've got a full count. 2 outs. The runners are going to be off with the pitch. And Wilson says, does he walk in a run here, referring to himself? And he doesn't. Jesse Capps ranges over and makes the catch. That's going to end game 1, 14-6 final. The Snappers win game 1. Very high-scoring game.
Yeah.
A lot of home runs for the Snappers. Their pitching staff does a good job limiting the Warbirds to just 6 runs in these windy conditions. I mean, I'd consider that a win as well. The game, it felt close at times. I believe the Warbirds were within a few runs, but Snappers able to power through. They get a big lead. And it looks like we are just about ready to get things going in Game 2. We will be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hideaway Field here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. We are ready for Game 2 here in this series between the Snappers and Warbirds. The Snappers taking Game 1 by a score of 14-6. As you see Kirby Bucket getting ready for the starting pitcher to warm up. Snappers are going to be the away team this series. Away all 3 games. And Kirby showing off his speed as he takes a tumble down that third base line, showing off that turbo. And get those wiffle ball points in for Game 2, folks. Predictions are up. Snappers minus 4.5 this time, laying a lot more runs. We shall see where that money comes in on as you see the sunset over the mountains here in Las Vegas. Warbirds just getting ready to take the field. And let's take a look at where the money is pouring in on these bets. And get those wiffle ball points in soon. Looks like it's fairly even money. A little bit more money coming in on the Warbirds with that plus 4.5. But a 14-6 final in Game 1. And we should expect more of the same. The breeze still blowing out to center field. As you see fan favorite Trench Pacone and PLW Hottie Caro hanging out over on the shipping container in left field. Bit of a windy night, not necessarily the best conditions to be sitting up there on that shipping container. And it looks like Dodos is looking for Kirby Bucket. He's looking for the pitches, the warm-up balls. He's going to be that starter here for Game 2. I believe the Snappers are going to go with Brandon Gregg as their starter. Yeah, Brandon Gregg is going to be the starter for the Snappers. Jim Dodos is going to be the Warbirds starter here. Just about ready to get those 8 warm-up pitches in. I'm assuming Taylor Briner's still going to be leading it off for the Snappers.
Yeah, so I heard him say, yes, same lineup as the last game. Changes will be made during the game, so they're going to go with the same lineup. I can't argue with success. I kind of like to keep.
Yeah, 14 runs. I mean, it's hard to want to change that lineup.
Sorry if I'm breathing heavy, boys and girls. Old guys don't move that fast.
Hustling up those stairs.
I don't know if it's called hustle. I think it's called gravity. Once you start leaning forward, you're going to keep going forward. Got our boy Bruce, the Juice, Usan. He'll be out here tomorrow night.
Skycam
Skycam
operator
one.
Bruce Hughes. Slugger for the Lightning.
I lost all my wiffle ball points. I bet them all on the Warbirds.
And it looks like we've got still just a little bit more money coming in on the Warbirds, plus 4.5. 147,000 points on the Warbirds. Just 115,000 on the Snappers. Going to be a good game here. That 4.5 line after the blowout in game one.
Yeah, I think they benefited from the wind blowing out, and as the wind died is when the Warbirds had all the traffic on base. So
yeah, and the Snappers doing a better job of keeping the ball in the air. The Warbirds, a lot of hard-hit ground balls, which is not necessarily what you're looking for in these conditions.
yeah, and no strikeouts for... Oh, one strikeout. Manny Santillanes was the only strikeout that they had. So they put everything in play. That's a winning formula.
And having Taylor Briner is also a winning formula as he leads off with an opposite field home run, just barely sneaks over the right field wall, maybe by not even a foot, but still worth the same nonetheless. A home run for Briner to get this game started. Reaches out for that from that slider from Dodos, goes with the pitch, and lifts it over the right field wall.
Yeah, it's 6 consecutive hits, 3 consecutive home runs.
Wow. Dodos and Briner, the two superstars we are featuring in this series. Pair of MVP candidates, although Briner had that slow start. He's going to be a man on a mission in this second half as Dodos hits the outside bar at 55 miles per hour. Not a very nice pitch. Ground ball short. Petricus keeps it in front of him, throws right into the center of the backstop, 67 miles per hour.
Now, this is a good defensive lineup. I mean, they would wish they had one more guy. Warfield's not really a defender, but this is their best defensive lineup with Petricus on at short.
I think Warfield, an underrated fielder. In those early seasons of Premier League wiffle, he was often the third baseman for the Warbirds. Dodos touches that one fair, stands up, throws onto the backstop. That's going to be out number 2. And a great bounce back from Dodos after giving up that leadoff home run. Gets 2 quick outs.
Yeah, so that's kind of the same thing that happened in the last game. Vipers got one.
Yeah,
one run.
Just one run on the Ryan Murphy home run in the first inning last game for the Snappers as David Harley Jr. steps in. Jim misses way outside on that one. The wind definitely affecting his pitches as well. Him being a lefty, the wind's kind of working against him as it was kind of working with Wilson last game.
Yes, and he likes to work on that outside pipe, get you leaning out over the plate.
Harley also one to stand pretty far away from that strike zone. So if Jim hits that outside bar, it's going to be a tough pitch for him to reach. As he tries to do it again there, but that's going to walk him. And that's walk number 1. Jim already with a walk. Jonathan Wilson steps in, trying to capitalize on that walk. Lefty-lefty matchup. .57, just a little bit too fast. And I think Wilson, not your typical lefty. I think he actually excels against left-handed pitching.
Maybe focuses a little more.
Yeah, I think maybe prefers facing lefties, likes to turn on that ball. I know I've struggled to get him out at times.
Sometimes it's a little more difficult matchup in your head. You focus a little more. I think that may be the recipe that he's going with because...
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I can hit anybody right-handed. But lefties, I got to lock in.
Swing and a miss. He gets out of the inning, limits the damage to just 1 run, and the Warbirds are going to need to capitalize here, get something going. I think they're going to need a few runs to really steal the momentum in this game.
I still think you got to score 10 runs to win any of these games. Both of these teams, the wind's still blowing out enough to do it. It's about the rest of the people. It's not the Stars. The Stars aren't going to win this game. The Stars are going to cancel each other out. Who is going to do something they haven't done. Ryan Murphy gets a couple on the board with a couple home runs. David Harley hits a home run. Everybody puts the ball in play. That was the recipe that got them to win the last time. And on the other hand, can Jimmy Perez hit the ball in the air? Can Tyler Walensky put the ball in play? Too many strikeouts, too many easy ground balls.
Yeah, I think the Warbirds definitely going to be working on launch angle a little bit in this game. Brandon Gregg often goes to that screwball, as you see. Beautiful sunset hitting that cloud above. Not often clouds here in Las Vegas, but there's your chance as Brandon Gregg hits with a screwball in warm-ups. He's often goes to that screwball, comes from up top and drops in. So a good pitcher to go try to hit the ball up. Big uppercut swing against this guy, I think.
Yeah, I described him as he's throwing from the left side, but he's right-handed. Everything he throws is...
Yeah, often the screwball. He's going
to rely on
I think he's very similar to Devlin Daniel, but from the left side.
Yes, that is a great comparison. The two of them come right over the top, pretty long and lanky guys.
Sometimes struggle with command, especially in the wind, but Brandon Gregg, I believe, has improved quite a bit as of late, going deep into games.
Yeah, 35 innings pitched, 3.06 ERA, got a 4-4 record, 38 strikeouts and 22 walks, and most of those walks came early. He pitched a great game, one hitter against the Legends a couple weeks back, and he was in fantastic form.
Drops that one in 49 miles per hour. Brandon Gregg also probably going to have to step up a little bit more here in the second half in the absence of Shane Weber. Two count. Matty Levine rips that one to Jesse Capps, snags it, throws on 3-7 for plenty of time for out number one. Matty Levine remaining in that leadoff spot for the Warbirds, and another ball hit on the ground, Brad.
Yeah, it's not about the stars. You know Dodos is going to do what he does. You know Taylor Briner is going to do what he does. Who is the extra cast that's going to step up and help out these guys? First game, it was the Snappers team. Will it be who will step up for the Warbirds in this game?
It looks like we've now got 185,000 wiffle ball points on the Warbirds plus 4.5. Just 139,000 on the Snappers at minus 4.5.
Well, I have no wiffle ball points, so I can't curse anybody.
You just lost them all.
Lost them all.
Jim lifts that one into the gap. That's going to be off the wall. Looks like that's a triple. Gets the wall in the air.
Yeah, that's his triple that he was needed the last game for this. So now he's got the hard one out of the way, and that's 6 consecutive hits for Jim Dodos.
Jim, a man on a mission, really carrying the load offensively for this Warbird squad. And if they can get a couple other guys in their lineup to step up, this could become a formidable offense.
Yeah, with the pitching that they're going to have, Dodos, Petricus, and
Mayo now.
Mayo. That's 3 aces.
The addition. Swing and a miss. 52 miles per hour. And Perez looking to get himself going here in game 2. Runner on third. And just one out. I believe he got a tip of that.
Yeah, he got a piece. Called instantly.
Fouls it into the strike zone.
Yeah, Anthony
First
Michael.
one, the catcher drops. The second one, he will be out, even if he does get a piece, provided it hits that strike zone. As Gregg spikes that one in for ball 2, 2-2 count. The tag-up play in effect. Dodos with some speed on third base, perhaps may go for it. He gets a high fly ball, but if he hits a high fly ball, I believe it's going to get out of the ballpark anyway.
Yeah, and you got Taylor out there. Is it David out there? So you got David Harley and so two of the better outfielders with better arms, but Dodos is one of the premier athletes. Anything in the air that's caught, I think that he's going to try.
Ground ball, third base, that's going to stay foul.
Yeah, so again, Jimmy continuing to hit the ball on the ground. He's got to get the ball in the air. Anything in the air is going to go out.
Got to get some lift, especially in these conditions. The wind going to be taking those pop-ups for a ride as he lines that one into the gap. That's going to make it to the wall for a double. Dodos comes around to score Perez turns and advances to second. We've got another runner in scoring position, still one out. And it's going to be Matt Lana stepping in.
So moving up from the 6 hole, I'm guessing they put Tyler down at the bottom.
Hey, Wilson, you're going to have to deal with that later. You're interrupting the game.
And I'm not sure what's going on over there down the first baseline. Petricus grounds that to third. Another ball on the ground. Greg Kelly picks it up, fires onto the backstop. 4-1-0 in time for out number 1. GK Rabbit, as you often see in the chat, executive producer here for Premier League Wiffle. And that brings up Tyler Wilinski.
I think Tyler just needs to move away from the plate just a little bit. Use his God-given things to his advantage. His length, his height. They're not gonna. You can't throw it by him. So don't jam yourself when you're stride. Give yourself a little room.
And just a slow ground ball right back to the pitcher. Picks it up, throws on in time for out number 3. That's going to end the inning. The Warbirds, 3 ground balls.
Yeah, 3 ground balls, but they answer.
They tie the game.
They tie the game. Somebody stepped up and got Dodos in from third. It's a tie game. You still got Jim on the mound. He's got to walk. But it was important to answer, just like they did in the first game. Now, can they stay away from the big inning?
Yep. If Jim can limit this Snappers offense, it leaves the door wide open for the Warbirds. Wind blowing out. They've seen Briner for a few innings. They've seen Wilson. So if they do get Greg to walk out, who do you think the Snappers go with? Provided it's still a close game.
If it's still a close game, depends on how many innings he gives them. If he gives them 3 innings, 2 innings, 3 innings, they're going to write to Briner because he'll try and bridge the gap, have a big lead, and then go to what they did last time. Try and find somebody, Jesse Capps, Scott Lebrano, somebody to come in and throw an inning to save an inning. But they're going to try and get the last 12 innings from those 3 guys.
And it looks like the pitcher, Brandon Gregg, going to be leading it off for the Snappers as Jim gets ready to deliver the first pitch of the inning. Misses outside.
Brandon only had 2 hits in the first game. Reached on 2 errors. On base 4 times.
Good patience there. Same pitch virtually from Dodos. Finds the strike zone there at 53. Evens the count at 2-2.
And that's Jim's go-to pitch. That little slider catches the outside half.
Jim, sort of a different slider than a lot of pitchers. It's almost like a palm ball or a fork ball. I'm not even really sure what to call it.
Yeah. A little different arm motion, and then he throws a really severe split finger where he spreads his fingers really wide and it snaps straight down.
And Greg laces that one into center field. That one's not going to get to the wall, but that's going to fall in for a base hit. Runner on first, and that brings Taylor Briner to the plate, looking to do some damage here.
So they got a really wide split in the outfield. I'd like to see them give up the lines and take away the middle of the field. Maybe everybody move a little closer together by about 5 feet each way.
Briner loops that over to first base. Chris Warfield makes the play for out number 1. They've got 1 out, 1 on. And Ryan Murphy takes ball 1.
Yes, try hard. The Warbirds got another set of new uniforms. The Legends are jealous already.
Slow ground ball down the third baseline. That's going to stay foul. Murphy off the schneid a little bit tonight. First 2 career home runs in game 1. I'm not sure what that was out of Dodos. Tailing away from the batter. Misses outside. Maybe working on a new pitch. And he gets that back foot slider. Murphy chases out number 2.
Throw him something ugly away, and then came at that back foot slider. Just classic setup baseball stuff.
And you see Dodos setting his defense here for Santillanes. Rips that one up the middle. Dodos not quite able to get a hand on it. Almost blocks that one himself. Looks like that's just going to be first and second. I think that was on the left side. That's right.
I love Manny, but man, sometimes his mouth doesn't know what his brain doesn't know what his mouth's saying.
Yeah, I think sometimes his mouth's a couple of words ahead of his brain.
Yeah, that's probably fair to say.
All in good fun. Manny. Oh, as Harley lifts that one, that little bit of trouble, but Maddie Levine able to make the catch. Petrick is over there to give chase as well.
No runs. So again, nobody calling the ball in the out in on that one, but new teammates, so they don't know each other very well.
Yeah, still able to make the play, no harm there. Great inning from Dodos, holding the snappers down, no runs cross. And now looking to get something going here, still 1-1 heading into the bottom of the second.
Yeah, and you're going to go Warfield, Levine, Dodos. So let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. We got a Chad Phillips sighting. That's now they got to show the picture of Chad laying out.
Chad's turtle, and then I believe after this we show Chad doing the impression of his turtle. And there he is. The former Warbird, Chad Phillips, played with the Warbirds in the spring season.
He's going to be a former of a lot of teams, I have a feeling. Lightning, maybe even former Lightning at some point in his life.
We shall see. Former legend.
Former legend.
Played for you in the summer season.
Yeah, we drafted him number one when I should have. We literally number one on my board was some guy named Andrew Leday.
Oh, who's that guy?
I don't know.
Is he still in the league?
Barely.
Leading the league in several offensive categories at the halfway mark. On base percentage, batting average.
Oh, we got a Dan Pickering. No at-bats yet.
Pickering batting from the left side.
No average, nothing to show for his...
stepping in, I believe this is his first at-bat of the season. Batting from the left side here. Believe Pickering is something of a switch hitter. Elects to go with the lefty-lefty matchup.
We don't judge here, Tom. You can be a switch hitter. We don't judge.
And we do a little bit when you're giving yourself the disadvantage, although, as I was saying earlier with Wilson, sometimes as a lefty, you do want to face a lefty. I am not one of those people.
Right?
Brandon Gregg trying to settle in here as Pickering fouls that off himself. 2-2 count.
And then the hobbling Shane Weber going to get that ball. That could take an hour for him to get that ball.
Weber just coming off knee surgery. Looks pretty good for a guy that was under the knife just about 2 weeks ago, I want to say.
Yeah, 14 days, he said. It's been 14 days.
Grounds that one up the middle. Great stop by Jesse Capps. He stands up, throws, hits the strike zone. 4.85 in time for the out. Pickering thought he had a base hit up the middle, but Capps takes it away. Great play by Capps. And that brings Maddie Levine back to the top of this order. It looks like they're going to play him dead pull. And it looks like they're readjusting. They're going to put Manny on that opposite field side as Greg is a lefty. So sometimes those pitches coming from the left side, a hitter that may be dead pull kind of has to reach out for.
Yeah, you don't see him as well. Maybe you see a little later and just kind of flick your bat. I don't like giving away a side of the field. I don't like giving away a hit.
And he rips that one right up the middle, and Manny kind of throws his hands up. Had they gone with the three fielders on the left side, perhaps they would have got the out there, but instead, Maddie Levine on base with a single.
Now I found out the secret to these guys. They're both, Briner and Dodos are using the same bat. I found their secret.
The hit stick. Both teams using this bat. Known for hitting several home runs. Back in the glory days of Weber and Briner. That summer season, I believe they combined for 60, 70 home runs with the hit stick that they've dubbed that bat. Interesting seeing both teams using the same bat tonight.
Shane said, flex your hand like it hurt.
Dodos flares that one foul down the third base line.
Immediately looks to the screen, thought it might have been hot.
.59, just a little bit too quick.
Yeah, Noob, you can hear us, so we were trying to be quiet in between because we're literally open air and they can hear us, so we're trying to be as soft as possible and still get the.
Sometimes I try to make sure the batters hear certain things I say. As Dodos swings and misses, 56, but able to get the swing there. The speed limit not coming into play if the batter offers at a pitch.
The hit stick almost got snap sticked.
I believe it did. I believe that is the same bat that bent. They have bent it right back. Perez with an RBI double in his last plate appearance. Knocked Dodos in from third. Looking to do more of the same here.
Somebody's asking us, yes, we are only in Vegas, but Tom Gannon will attest there are leagues all over the country that you can reach out to.
You could go to nationalwiffle.com. They've got a whole map showing you lots of the different leagues and tournaments as Perez swings and misses. Bounces that one in there at 60 miles per hour.
Got a full count here.
Full count. 2 outs. Runner on first. Tie ball game. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swings and grounder to short. Caps picks it up, runs over to second. That's going to end the inning.
Well, I think he swung a ball 4 there.
Yeah, perhaps reaching out just a little bit. Looks like it. Was that 58 off the bat, or was that 58
Yeah, can't tell.
out of the hand?
Can't tell, but it looked like it might have been ball 4 because it was outside.
Not quite sure. As you can see, we've got the power couple down in the dungeon control room, whatever you want to call it, down there. Kyle Lohman on the camera switchboard showing you on your screen what you are seeing right now. And Jen Lohman, his wife, doing the scoreboard graphic, telling you how many outs, who's on base, the score, the inning.
Yeah, we've got the whole
As you
stream
see,
team tonight.
It's turning out to be a beautiful night here at Hideaway Field. The wind starting to die down as the sun sets over those mountains. Jonathan Wilson takes ball 1. Rips that one into center field. That's going to stay in the park. Looks like it's going to die before reaching the wall. That's going to be a base hit for Wilson. He's on first. Still nobody out as he leads off with a single. Trying to get something going here for the Snappers. And Dodos throwing a pitch as Brandon Gregg doesn't step into the box. Misses outside 56. Misses outside again, 2-1 count. Swings at that one. He laces that one over the wall in center, a line drive home run. And the Snappers take a 3-1 lead. Brandon Gregg getting in on the action. I believe that's his first home run of the night.
Yes, first home run of the night. Second hit of this game, and there's the bottom of the order. The extra cast contributing. This is what's the difference in the game. The first game, it looks like it might be the difference in the second game as well.
Gregg looking to get hot here in the second half of the season. Rolls that lineup right back up to Taylor Briner. Still nobody out. And a little bit of a quick pitch from Jim. Not sure. 56. Looks like that's ball one. Not sure what the call is from the umpire. I don't think he was looking up.
No.
Pops that one up to third. Doesn't really matter. Matty Levine makes the catch. And here you see the replay on that quick pitch from Jim was a little bit too fast. 56. And Ryan Murphy takes ball one in the dirt. I guess in the turf.
Turf. 393 viewers. Welcome. PLW on a Thursday night.
Jim drops down to sort of a submarine delivery there. Might have even gone off the screen. Gets the called strike.
That was a great pitch.
That's a pitch I have not seen out of Dodos yet. Gonna have to write that down. And he comes right back to it. 55 miles per hour on the dot as well, just not able to find the zone. We got a 2-2 count. Ground ball. Jim knocks it down, slides, make sure he doesn't knock that one out of play onto the backstop in time for out number 2.
Yeah, so Jim, one of the more athletic guys on the mound, so anytime he can put his hands and just knock it in front, he's going to get there in time and make a good throw. Great play by Jim.
Manny Santillanes trying to keep this inning alive for the Snappers. Swing and a miss. Manny's got kind of an angry face when he's hitting sometimes.
Yeah.
And by sometimes, I mean all the time.
All the time. All the time when he's playing. All the time when he's swinging. And then he hits a home run, he gets the smile, and then when he strikes out, he gets mad again.
Ground ball, third base. That's going to roll foul.
Yes, Petricus is playing tonight, Zeno Colt. He is out there. He's playing second base.
Got shellacked in game 1.
Ish.
Yeah. A looper. Dodos gets in front of it, touches it fair, throws onto the backstop, gets out number 3. Great bounce back from Dodos after giving up that 2-run home run. Settles down and sets down the Snappers 1-2-3 to get out of the inning. And the Warbirds, again, looking to get something going.
They got to get something going. It's got to be somebody other than the Jim Dodos show on offense. He was responsible for almost all their runs in the first game. He's got a couple. He
scored the only run so far this game with a triple,
yes.
And then was knocked in by the rookie James Perez.
So, and I think that we've bailed out Brandon Gregg at least once with a swing at ball 4. But this bottom 3, Matt, Tyler, Dan, if Dan gets another swing or if the War Chicken comes in, they've got to put the balls in play. Get a chance.
Brandon Gregg still on the mound for the Snappers. Don't believe he's walked anybody. He's been pitching fairly well this game. Really doing a good job filling up the zone when he has to.
Yeah, so his bugaboo has always been walking out before he even gets through the first inning. Walks those first 2 guys or 2 of the first 3.
Really starting to find his groove, though. Starting to keep the ball under that 55-mile-per-hour limit. Fill up that strike zone, especially in the windy conditions today. Great showing from Gregg.
And Tom, you can attest to this. You want to have that one pitch that you can throw for a strike.
Did I just jinx him? I think I might have just jinxed him.
You might have jinxed him. But you can attest. You want to have that one pitch that you can throw for a strike 75% of the time.
Absolutely. And Petricus rips that one up the middle. First pitch of the inning, and the Warbirds have a base runner, Tyler Wilinski. Now looking to kind of get off the schneid and hit a ball hard.
I just want to see him swing all in, not just try and touch the ball.
Yeah, it seems like...
Go for it.
Yeah, it seems like we haven't seen that violent swing that we're used to out of Wilinski. Drops it in 53 miles per hour. 1-2 count now. Here comes the pitch. Misses outside. 2-2 count.
Try to go outside pipe there.
And Wilinski been reaching outside all series so far. Does a good job of holding up on that one. Laces that one into the gap. Briner does a good job of stopping that from reaching the wall, but the Warbirds have something going now. First and second, nobody out. Pickering at the dish. Had a base hit taken away from him by Caps up the middle in his last plate appearance.
Yeah. So, that, again, another guy who hits the ball on the ground, maybe he can just stick it out and get it down the third base line.
Let's see if he can just get under one then.
Yeah,
the breeze kind of coming back, blowing out towards center field, and the Snappers are going to talk about what they want their defensive alignment to look like here.
Maybe overthinking the room here.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving him a lot of space down that first base line. Pickering not known to turn on the ball as he went up the middle last time. 53 inside pipe. 0-2 count.
If I didn't know any better, I thought he was letting to lean into that one.
Gets him 55 top bar. Strike 3. That's going to be out number 1, but still 2 on.
Not the worst result. No double play. Not the worst result here.
And Maddie Levine, I think this is going to be one of those momentum at-bats. I think if he gets a big hit here, the Warbirds are going to roll. Takes ball 2. Hitters count.
So I'd be aggressive here.
Yeah, Greg's going to be coming at him. I expect a screwball right around the heart of the plate. Let's see what happens. Slider outside, 54 evens the count at 2-2. Takes that one, fills the count, 3-2.
And it's a dangerous batter on deck.
This is the biggest pitch of the game, Brad. At least so far.
Yes.
Takes ball 4 just off the plate. And that's going to load the bases for Jim Dodos.
So here's where strategy comes into play. Do you pitch to Dodos? You've already got 1 walk. Do you just throw him nasty? If you walk him, you give up 1 run.
Yeah, especially with a breeze blowing out. Dodos, the most dangerous hitter in the Warbird lineup by a pretty considerable margin. Perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the entire league. As he spikes that one in for ball 1. Perhaps pitching around Dodos here.
Yeah, he's not walking.
Bases loaded. Jim has not had many opportunities in spots like this so far this season, so definitely looking to capitalize. But it also seems as when the Warbirds do give him these opportunities, he's kind of squandered some of them.
True.
Rips that one up the middle. Caps steps on second. The throw is not going to hit the center part of the backstop, so that's going to be just 1 out. They get the out at second. The run will score 3-2, 2 outs.
I don't know if he bailed him out. I'd like to see that replay. I don't know if they bailed him out. He bailed him out there with a bad pitch.
Yeah, Dodos definitely showing an aggressive approach there. Definitely wanted to hit. But grounds out, and Perez drops that one in, and is that going to get to the wall? No.
Just a clean single. Run scores.
First and second, tie ball game now. Bottom of the third, 2 outs and 2 on.
Tied it up.
Big spot here for Matt Petricus.
So 2 clutch RBIs by the rookie. Now can Petricus, the veteran,
Matt Lanta, the All-American,
do some damage here.
This at-bat will be a huge turning point in this game. Can Greg limit the damage, or can the Warbirds capitalize as they've struggled to do so far this season? The Warbirds kind of relying on their pitching staff to keep them in the games, winning close games, but that formula has not worked for them in the past, so there's no reason to think it's going to work this season, although they've made a couple of trades, looking at change up.
Yeah, they were looking to change it up. First half wasn't what they expected, especially starting off 4-2. Kind of tumbled a little bit.
Very good first 2 weeks. Jim Dodos putting up video game numbers before the interview, or before the injury.
Yeah.
But able to bounce back, and he looks like he's right back to it tonight. And in his last series, hit the ball well. Swing and a miss. And that's going to end the inning. The Warbirds strand Jim on second base. But
Yes.
they tie the game.
Yeah, they tie the game, and I think they're bailing him out because I really think they've swung at 2 ball fours there.
Yeah, definitely an aggressive approach at the plate.
I mean, I like the aggressive approach, but hitting a strike is probably the most that Jim can do because they're not pitching. They're not. I don't think he was trying to pitch to him. I think he was trying to pitch around him. And if he bailed him out with a swing or a weak ground ball, it was beneficial to them. But Jim, an aggressive hitter, and definitely not trying to take any walks at this point of the season.
And Jim going to be staying in the game to pitch. I believe he walked one in the first inning, but has settled down since then.
Yeah, settled down since. Got one walk in the first, and it's a game. It's a ball game. We're in the fourth. It's a tie game, and this is
just 3-3 too. A lower scoring game than I would have predicted.
Yeah, so Warbirds are living. I mean, the Snappers living by the home run, and the Warbirds are not. They're living by the base hit. No home runs. So it's
kind of hitting the ball on the ground despite the windy conditions. We've seen a lot of singles, doubles. Jim obviously getting the ball in the air. But let's see what Harley can do here as Jim gets ready to. Oh, he steps off. Not sure. Jim with the old teacher. I'll wait. 55 in there for strike one. And Jim will wait. And so will Harley. 0-2 count. Jim dropping down again, gets the ground ball, picks it up, flips on. Looks like that got a piece of Harley.
Got a lot of pieces of Harley, but I don't know if it hit his.
Jim going over to the umpire.
Right off the foot. Right off the foot.
Looks like we've got a replay here. Looks like that did hit his foot. Dropping down again. He's got that sort of tailing riser coming from that sidearm slot. Dodos featuring a new offering tonight. I believe that pitch has been debuted tonight.
Yes, it
Don't
has.
believe we have seen that in the past from him. All these pitchers trying to add to their arsenal.
It says twos.
I believe we've got 2-2. 2-2 count. We had a called strike, foul ball, followed by 2 misses outside. And he gets it off the bar for strike 3 right at 55. Let's see that one more time as Jonathan Wilson steps in. Wilson with that patented garden glove, batting glove. Takes ball 2. Swing and a miss. 57, just a little bit too hot, but maybe too close to take. Evens up the count at 2-2. And drops again, down again. I have not seen Jim miss on the other side of the plate with that pitch. Just seems to always miss outside to righties or inside there to Wilson, the lefty.
Yep.
And that's ball 4.
That's 2 walks. But what do they do here? Do you go to Matt?
And it looks like that's exactly what they're discussing. Seems like he's going to be taking the rubber.
Yeah, it's a ball game. You got to go with your ace.
It looks like we're going to have another appearance from Kirby Bucket.
So one of the stream teamers, J Rock, looks like he's doing the driving, or is that Greg Kelly?
I think GK
doing the driving.
Nice little three-point turn there. Backs out.
So we got Jason Stevenson, umpire number 3 down the third base line. You got Cody Reynolds working the iPad and on umpire 1, and Anthony Michael up here working the stopwatch. So we got a diversified group here.
Now we've got Kyle and Jen Lohman down in the control room. Bruce Uson up on Skycam. We've got a great stream team here tonight, and I think I might spy. Is that a Chad Phillips out on the shipping container? Is that Chad?
I do not know. I'm still working on my eye surgery, so the dark light, the way that light shines, that's a little
tough to see from here as the first pitch comes in. Misses outside. Petricus trying to keep this game tied. 1 out, 1 on. Double play situation here if they can keep the ball on the ground. Ground ball, they gets it. Flip to second for 1. Perez, is he going to be able to make the throw? Hits the strike zone, but did that short hop? Looks like it might have been 5.2 on the clock anyway.
It bounced.
Let's take another look at this. Looks like it skips in there. Yep. May have been over 5 regardless. But they get the lead runner. 2 down now, just 1 out needed, but the wind picks up just as Taylor Briner steps into the box, and that is a bad omen if you're a Warbirds fan. Although with the 4.5 line, things are probably looking good for those Warbirds backers.
What does Jim call it? Spread drama?
Spread drama. A lot of spread drama in the series last night.
You're welcome.
A walk-off home run to cover. Had that not been a home run, you guys wouldn't have covered.
Yeah, and Glenn Meadows lost some whiffle points last night.
Lost some hair last night, too, I think.
It's like and then we call the best. Why would you bet against us?
Here comes the pitch. High fly ball drifting into the outfield. Jim Dodos is going to be off his hands. And you see Jim obviously upset with himself, thinks he should have had that one. A lot of wind on that, a lot of spin on that. Just off his hands, and he's got the hands on his head. This is one of those moments you see a frustrated Jim, and then suddenly the rest of the Warbirds squad becomes, sort of starts to carry that same attitude.
Yes. But this is where Matty can pick him up, get a ground ball, get out of the inning. Got easy force out, just get a ground ball. There's already 2 outs.
Ryan Murphy, an opportunity to really make it hurt here. 2 outs, 2 on, tie ball game in the 4th inning. Swing, ground ball, knocked down by the shortstop Perez. Flip to third in time for out number 3, and they get out of the inning unscathed.
Yes.
Warbirds with a little bit of momentum, trying to ride that, see if they can put a couple runs on the board, and then they'd really be in control of this game.
And that's the way for the team to pick up Dodos, drop that easy fly ball. Well, we'll call it easy. We'll call it a fly ball. It wasn't easy in this wind. And they picked him up with a ground ball. Great play. Everybody did their part, and now they have a chance to take the lead here in the later innings.
Looks like we've got 2,000 viewers over on TikTok watching Premier Wiffle. You guys got to head on over to Twitch. We've got 4 different camera angles, a full broadcast crew here over on twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. We've got that link in our bio. Come check it out. Much better production. You can hang out in the chat, bet your wiffle ball points, just an overall better experience over on Twitch. Come check it out. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle.
Yeah, everybody that comes over says, hey, this is much better than
there you see Trench and Caro.
And I know that restaurant.
Is that Tarantino's?
That is Tarantino's 100%.
Tarantino's looks like they've got the wide-angle lens, taking that selfie. Or perhaps maybe Trench just put on a little bit of weight.
No, I think they manipulated that. I think somebody manipulated it.
They had to stretch that out to get it to the full screen. Looks like we are ready to get started down on the field. Brandon Gregg still in the game. Don't believe he's walked. Or no, he's got 1 walk.
He's got 1 walk. Still in the game, going into the 4th. This is a good territory for him, getting as many innings as they can out of him.
And the wind picks up, blowing straight out for Walensky. If he can get under something, it might go a long way.
It might not land.
As you see those trees billowing a little bit. Here comes the pitch. right off the top bar, 51 miles per hour. And Walensky just shrugs that one off. Not too much he could have done with that pitch. Slider waves and misses, down on strikes, and Walensky having a bit of a tough night at the dish. That's going to bring Dan Pickering. Pickering still batting from the left side. Looks like they're going to go 3 infielders, or they're discussing maybe going 4 infielders here. Or maybe just, it looks like Briner is going to come into the infield.
I don't like this at all because a little bloop, especially in this wind.
Are they going to leave Harley in dead center? That leaves a lot of ground in the outfield, especially with the wind perhaps blowing a bloop single over these infielders' heads. Drops that one in there for ball 1.
If Pickering can get on base here, this is huge. Gives Dodos a chance to bat with people on base again.
Here comes the pitch. Takes that one in there, or down there for ball 2. Pickering looking to find a pitch he can drive. Hitters count now 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Swings and rips that one right off. Greg Kelly pins that one against his leg, makes the catch for out number 1. Out number 2, excuse me.
Yeah, second out.
So now we've got 2 out, no one on, and Matty Levine looking to keep this inning alive for the Warbirds here in the bottom of the 4th. 56, just 1 mile per hour. Too fast.
That's a veteran take right there. Got to be born with that. Can't teach that.
Matty Levine, one of the OGs, OG wiffle ballers here at Hideaway. He knows that speed limit well. He's got 3.5 seasons under his belt. 4.5 if you consider that sort of winter preseason.
Yes. Season 0.
Bounces that one in there.
I'm glad I wasn't here
count.
for season 0 because season 1 was cold enough.
Yeah, the conditions were not ideal in that first season. I think I only hit 1 home run.
It wasn't ideal then. Oh, takes a full count here. This would be huge here.
Looks like the weather app says the wind is blowing 12 miles per hour out of the south. I think it's a little bit quicker than that. At least we've had gusts a bit faster than 12 miles per hour as just a slow ground ball right back to Greg. Easy play for out number 3. Gets out of the inning.
Yes, we go to the top of the 5th here in a ball game. With the wind, with the conditions that we are, with the fact that it's only 3-3, and it is a Chad sighting.
There he is. Chad Phillips. Looks like he brought a friend.
He did. We didn't know he had any friends outside of the PLW.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's not actually his friend.
I'm not saying it. You can say it. I'm not saying it.
Chad, obviously a good sport. We love to give him a hard time sometimes out here, but
yeah, PLW, part of signing up is that you can give hard times to Levi, you can give him hard times to Manny, you can give, because they're going to give it back. You give hard times to Chad. It's just welcome to the Ryan Roche. These are guys that you got to give a hard time because a little bit they bring on themselves and then we pile on.
we like to have fun out here. No one is safe.
All right, so we got Manny, Harley Jr., and J-Dub. See if the Snappers can get a couple runs here and get up ahead. Oh, Glenn Meadows down to 742 points. That's not good.
Oh, boy. Line drive right to the shortstop, Perez. Quick first out here for the Warbirds.
Wow, lost 400,000.
Glenn, a classic Las Vegas story. Up big, but loses it all. Doesn't know when to stop. Is that going to make it? Yes, it will. Just over the outstretched hands of Jim Dodos. David Harley Jr. hits a home run to put the Snappers up 4-3. His second home run of the evening.
Yeah. Blame
So
Brad.
David Harley Jr. puts the Snappers on top here in the top of the 5th. Huge home run late in the game, and that puts the Snappers in the driver's seat. Big swing and a miss from Wilson. He wanted one too. Wilson known to chase those high risers.
Free swinger.
Used to softball where everything's dropping in there, but not here in wiffle ball. Wilson, a great hitter in softball. Can't say the same for his wiffle ball approach. And he gets him looking 44 as you see the punch out from first base umpire Cody Runnels. Nasty.
Wilson, party
there.
of one. The waiter will seat you now.
Oh, man, that little flip curveball Petrikis has been using, that's another new pitch I feel like we're seeing out of him. Ground ball to short. Perez knocks that one down as well. War Chicken picks it up and makes the throw. And that's going to end the inning. Quick inning for the Warbirds, but not after David Harley Jr. puts the Snappers on top
4-3.
with a solo shot, but great bounce back by Petrikis and the Warbirds to limit it to just a single run.
Yeah, so and then great play to get out of the inning. Nice play by Perez. War Chicken being a veteran, going right to the ball, getting the out. And
really converging on the ball. You see a lot of these infield defenses just make sure they keep the ball in front of them. And, someone's always there to clean up the mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a defense that the Legends have kind of employed in the last 5 or 6 weeks. Trench Pacone has definitely brought a defensive mind to our team.
Absolutely, and adding the third baseman, Trench Pacone, you've been able to move Ethan Wigfield over to that shortstop position where he has thrived.
Yeah, it's been a team effort. Like we've got some defensive specialists that maybe aren't getting the at-bats they would get with other teams, but they've embraced it. And they're playing really well, and we're playing well as a team, and I think we've got a lot of guys that we've all bought in. So it's really good to see. And like I said, defense
climbing all the way to number 3 in the power rankings here at the middle of the season. Brandon Gregg going to stay in to pitch here. Bottom of the 5th, Jim Dodos leading off for the Warbirds. Probably going to look to get that run back.
Yeah, so here's the danger. He's probably going to get 2 and more at-bats.
I think Jim is going to swing as hard as he can. I do not expect a walk, even if they pitch around him. He can reach balls out of the zone and hit them hard. We've got the wind sort of picking up a little bit as well. So expect him to get under one, and that one, is that going to curve back fair? I think it does. That's a fair ball home run. Jim Dodos hits the ball about 187 feet. My goodness, the wind took that one, sails over the foul pole, just barely fair, and the call on the field's a home run. I think they got that one right. I had a pretty good view of that one from where I'm sitting. Can't imagine there's any way this could ever get overturned, but I think they're going to challenge. Looks like we've got a challenge for the Snappers. We're going to take a look at this replay down in the control room. The umpires converge down there. We're going to get this full screen. Let's take another look. The call on the field is home run, and definitely not enough evidence here. Doesn't look like there's really anything that could overturn that. Very, very close, but it looked like that one hooked fair just before it went over the pole.
Yeah, and Cody Runnels, first base umpire, was right on the line.
Yep.
You're right on the line. It
obviously a tough call because that ball was a good 15 feet above the foul pole, and the call on the field is going to stand. That's a home run, ties the game. Jim Dodos putting the team on his back. 4-4 games, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th, and the Warbirds now in the driver's seat.
That's 7 hits tonight from Dodos, and just carrying this team. Now, can Jimmy Perez
How many outs has he made?
2. Strikeout and a fielder's choice. He's been on base 8 of 9 times.
1 out per game. And a weak ground ball back to the pitcher. Good bounce back from Brandon Gregg. Gets a quick out. That brings Matt Petrikis to the plate. Matt Lanta.
Yeah, Matty, 1 for 3 in this game with a strikeout and a single. See if he can get back locked in.
Another weak ground ball, but that one's going to stay foul. 0-2 count.
Yeah, he had 2 hits in the first game. Went 2 for 4 in the first game. 1 for 3 in this game. I mean, they had nowhere to go but up. You can't have averages in the 170s.
Big Al from the Bombers in the chat. The Warbirds should change their name to the Dodo Birds. As Jim Dodos, really the engine running this team's offense.
It's just a matter of time here because they're not going to hit 170 forever. Matty's a 300 hitter lifetime. Buck's a 300 hitter lifetime. These guys are too good of hitters. Pitching's gotten better, the extra fielder, but it's not a 300, 150 point drop.
And as the weather warms up, hitting is going to become a lot easier, I think.
Yes. We kind of saw that last night when the first game this week with no wind.
Yeah. Misses just barely up top, and that fills the count. 3-2. Big ones do. And if I know Matt Lana, I think he's going to swing here if it's anywhere close. Here comes the pitch. Swings, laces that one off the hands of Greg Kelly. Great play. Greg scoops it up onto the strike zone, I believe, for out number 2. Great play by Greg Kelly. Greg to Greg there. The Snappers duo makes the out there.
How many wiffle balls do we have on hand each night? We probably have about 100 on hand that are new, and there's probably 500 in the bucket for batting practice. So,
quite a few.
Yeah, we go through probably about, I don't know, the Premier League down.
Feels like we go through about 700 balls a season.
Yeah, 54 games.
Definitely a major expense.
See, I'd like to see Tyler be more aggressive on those pitches up in the zone.
Yeah, he's a tall guy. He can reach it. And especially the pitches up high, you want to go for them tonight because if you pop it up, it's going to go.
Yes.
Once it gets up in that wind, as he laces that one, another hard ball on the ground right off the pitcher, Brandon Gregg. Manny Santillanes picks up the garbage and throws onto the backstop, and that's going to end the inning, but not after Jim Dodos ties the game with a high, towering fly ball to right field over the foul pole, a good 15 feet over the foul pole. I think MLB StatCast had that at 178 feet off the bat.
Probably. That was hit well. So here we go, 6th inning. Both of the stars are going to get to bat. Taylor Briner is going to lead off in this inning, and Dodos will bat in the next inning, guaranteed with all those base hits. So
yeah, this ought to be one heck of a finish, Brad.
Yeah, we come right down to it. This is right where the Warbirds want to be. Last inning, they have arguably their best pitcher on the mound, and they just need to stop, get a defensive stop, get in the dugout, and score 1 run.
Yeah, the Warbirds have had their hearts broken several times this season, just losing these tight games, and I think a win here would really help build their confidence.
Well, it's still a second half run. I mean, they went, what were they, 8-19 in this? So I don't think they're going to go 19-8. But I mean, if they can get to 15 wins,
yeah, 9-18 Warbirds coming into tonight.
So if they can get 12 wins, 13 wins, and get to 22-23, there might be a chance to be in the play-in turn, finish 6th, not have to play the relegation, or at least have a preferred spot.
Yeah. I mean, at this point in the season, every team still is in play to make the playoffs. Anything can happen, especially after acquiring Brandon Mayo. Obviously not here tonight, but down the stretch, he's going to be a valuable piece for the Warbirds. By the career numbers, really the best pitcher in PLW history in a lot of career stats.
Yeah.
As Briner hits a weak ground ball to third, Levine kind of waits for that one to come to him, but hits the strike zone, 4.19 to get the out. And a big out there, getting the leadoff man, Taylor Briner.
That might be the biggest out of the night. But yeah, Brandon Mayo, probably in his next series, could reach 500 career strikeouts at 487 right now. That'd be great.
And 500's a lot for those of you keeping track at home.
Yeah, in 3.5 seasons, because he didn't play season 0.
And this is the longest season. The earlier seasons have been
much shorter.
Yeah.
49 games.
We had a 42, a 39, and then back to 42. Or no, 42, 42, 39, I think.
Yeah.
Because we expanded to 10 teams last fall. Petricus kind of stepping out for that slider.
Yep.
A pitch popularized by Mateo Fernandez. As you see the wind blowing out there in center field. The wind kind of has been off and on tonight, Brad.
Yeah, been off and on.
As ball 4 to Ryan Murphy. That's going to be walk number 1 for Matt Petricus, bringing Manny Santillanes Jr. to the plate. A big spot here with 1 on and 1 out as he rips that one down the line. Foul.
So, Manny, not a lot. Hit a home run in his last at bat. Definitely an aggressive swinger.
Looks like we got a timeout. Ball on the field.
Probably blew out from one of the trees.
Yeah, we've had a few of those this season. Sometimes a hard hit ball off the fence out there in right field gets another ball to bounce out that was stuck in the vines.
Yeah.
Something you see at Wrigley Field from time to time. .60 miles per hour, a little bit too fast on the outside bar. Big Al from the Bombers, appreciate the kind words in the chat. I'm Tom Gannon, joined by Legends manager Brad Ogden. You are watching Game 2 here at the Hideaway. Tie game, top of the last. And this is shaping up to be an exciting finish. Looks like we've got 2-2 down here.
It was 2-2, and they just fouled it off. It means it's still 2-2.
Yeah, and it looks like...
Manny can't do math.
Hey,
it was 2-2, and he swung at a pitch. It's still 2-2.
Looks like Wilson is going to take credit for the
still
misunderstanding
2-2.
there.
Still good. Toto.
Frito Breath, I appreciate that message. Although Tom Gannon, a very common name, as Manny lines that one into the outfield on the left side. That's going to put runners on first and second.
David Harley with the home run in his last at bat. Free swinger. Just as likely to K as he is likely to hit a home run.
Harley with a big spot here, and I know I've said this a few times, Brad, but I think this is one of those at-bats that's a big turning point. This at-bat could decide the game. Line drive left field, but right at Jim Dodos in left field. Positioned perfectly out there. The ball hooks right to him. The wind kind of brings it into his breadbasket, and that's going to bring Jonathan Wilson up. Wilson struggling a little bit so far this season, looking to get hot, and no bigger spot than right now. 2 on, 2 out. As he laces that one into center field, and that's going to be off the Leilani sign in center field. That's going to score 2. Wilson on third with a triple. And the Snappers take a 6-4 lead.
Let's go, baby!
And I think Wilson is going to have to contact Leilani and get some sort of maybe he can get a
referral fee or something.
Free tour of a house, maybe?
Maybe.
Obviously, you can't get a free house. That's
crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy talk.
But maybe some sort of realty-related service, something small. Maybe a quote.
There you go. Get you a pen.
Petricus drops down, ends the inning. Good bounce back there, but not after Jonathan Wilson laces a triple to center field. And the Warbirds, again, the victims of these heartbreaking close games. Let's see if they can overcome this 2-run deficit here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, so bottom of the 6th. They start at the top of the order. Bottom of the order. Dan Pickering going to lead off. They need to get a base runner. Jim Dodos is batting third in this inning.
Yeah, if they get a runner on for Jim, he's been red hot tonight, and there's no reason to think that won't continue.
I don't think there's any way at all.
Brendan
Dodos
Gregg,
sees a
again,
pitch.
going back out there. I believe he's got 1 walk.
He's got
but
1 walk,
doing
yes.
a great job. This, a complete game in these conditions, very impressive.
But I don't even know if they would pitch to Dodos.
I wouldn't.
I would walk him. We learned a hard lesson. Don't pitch to him with a chance to lose the game. 100% you walk him if he comes up with a tying of the winning run, and you bring in Taylor Briner and you take your chances with the rookies.
There you see the Luxor light behind the trees, those palm trees in center field.
J-Rock, how do you watch old games? Just go to the Twitch channel and you pull up following and you get to Premier League Wiffle and you click on it and you can see games from any time. You just click on...
Or go to Premier Wiffle on YouTube.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel has games from a little bit further back, as I believe broadcasts on Twitch are only saved for about 60 days, but
yes.
The last 60 days of games will be found over on Twitch. Dan Pickering, 0-2 count. Misses way inside. Bit of a waste pitch there, maybe hoping the wind would carry that across the plate. Swings, pops it up. Who's it going to be? Brandon Gregg backs up, makes the play for out number 1. Now just 2 outs away from another complete game. Matty Levine looking to get things started if he gets on base. That really opens things up for the Warbirds to come back as he fouls that first pitch off. 0-2 count. Brandon Gregg in control here. Speeds him up 63, misses down and in. And I Like Turtles 9 in the chat. T-shirt giveaway coming game 3 from I Like Turtles.
Nice.
Swing and a miss. That's out number 2. Jim Dodos coming to the plate, but no one on base. Jim, their last chance, and you still got to wonder if they're going to pitch to him.
I pitched to him.
Obviously, Gregg, another walk would have him out of the game, so likely going to come after Dodos here. But he bounces that one at 65 to start the at-bat. This is game 2. It's going to be an exciting finish.
How do I get Glenn Meadows points back? Stop betting against the Legends. That's how you get your points back.
A lot of people thought Meadows was doing some sort of insider trading as he accumulated an incredible wealth of wiffle points very quickly as he's a rookie.
But yeah, when you win like 16 in a row, I think you're going to amass some points.
Misses there, and that's going to be ball 4. Brandon Gregg out of the game. Who do the Snappers go with here?
Taylor Briner. It's not even a question.
You're right. As he's walking in from the outfield.
You go to the MVP. You let him get
Reigning
this out.
Cy Young.
But Jimmy Perez hit pretty good off of him. He hit the ball hard against him 3 times. Just everything into the
outs,
ground.
Down to their final out.
Can he get the ball in the
And
air?
as you see the wind.
They're going J-Dub.
I see. Wilson coming in with that big slider. Snappers have shown a lot of confidence in Wilson this season. He's got good numbers on the hill.
Yeah,
And there you see Kirby Bucket getting some air. You can see me over on the right. I was actually controlling Kirby for that beautiful jump. I'm going to pat myself on the back. Here we go, bottom of the 6th.
The rookie's already come up big twice in this game. Can he
2
come
outs.
up big? Can he come up big a
Can he
third
do it
time?
again?
Can he come up a 3rd time?
And if he does,
How big
we might have to stop saying that Jim Dodos is really carrying the team. Maybe he's going to have some help tonight from the rookie. Great take there. Misses just off the outside at 54.
Just hit delay one more time. One more time. Keep hitting delay until it gets to 0.
And there we go. Clock back on track here. Had a my time from the home plate umpire, Anthony Michael.
Mm-hmm. Walk in a war chicken walk up. It wouldn't be the first time.
Swing and a miss. Another pitch off the plate. We got a 1-2 count. Wilson looking to end the game here. Delaying his windup, fouls that one off. That's going to keep this alive unless it rolls fair. Wilson still ahead 1-2. Just misses up top, but 60 would have been a little bit too fast, even if it had hit that top bar of the strike zone. 2-2 count. Rips that one into the gap, but right into the hands of Taylor Briner to end the game. What a game, Brad. 6-4 final. The Snappers hold on to win, and it felt like they stole that game right out of the grasp of the Warbirds, and that's just been the story all season for the Warbirds. A lot of these close games, they just haven't been able to catch those breaks. They haven't been able to just get that extra run across, and just another same old story.
Yeah, it's disappointing, I'm sure, for the Warbirds, but the Snappers again, I thought they were going to win the series. I didn't think they would sweep by any means.
There's still we still got another game coming up shortly, but quick recap of that game. It felt like the Warbirds were in control almost the whole game. They came back early, tied the game, then they take the lead, but
yeah, one home run by David Harley.
Yep, David Harley Jr. giving the Snappers the lead late in the game, and then the Warbirds tie it up again. But the Snappers, they're also another team looking to really turn things around here in the second half, and it looks like they are on their way to doing so, doing a great job in these windy conditions, making sure they get the ball up in the air. But that is it here for Game 2. Get ready for Game 3 right ahead. Welcome back to Hideaway Field here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Tom Gannon, joined by Legends manager Brad Ogden, and we are just getting ready for Game 3 here at Hideaway Field. Looks like Shane Weber standing in the batter's box. Doesn't seem like he's able to swing the bat, but he's just putting a body up there as Pickering warms up.
So they're going with Dan Pickering. Dan Pickering's numbers are not attractive. He's kind of a fringy guy. I think he would be bottom half of the pitching rotation. 9.29 ERA in 10 innings pitched.
And the wind blowing out like it is unlikely to allow him to lower that ERA tonight. Yeah. Although he did look good when he came in during Game 1.
Yeah, was effective in Game 1. Again, I think he's a short burst guy. You want to give him 1 or 2 innings. And once they see the speed difference that he presents versus what you've seen the rest of the day, they're just going to start hitting him.
Pickering definitely keeps batters off balance, but like you said, third time through the order, they do tend to see him a little bit better. As you see, the wind still kind of on again, off again here. And I believe the Snappers have got to be going with Jonathan Wilson to start this game.
So they went with started with Taylor Briner, Brandon Gregg. They're
As you see, the Warbirds hat, that's Buck Burner. I believe he's in Panama. Is that right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure exactly where he is, but he's at the beach somewhere catching some rays, going to the beach. Looks like they're on a hike. Looks like it's kind of rainy wherever he is. Someone in the chat, if you know where Buck Burner's at, I know we mentioned it last night on the broadcast. I forgot. And there's Casey Taravella last night with the perfect game in Game 1.
Yeah, that was.
And you guys, so there was also an interesting situation last night. So you guys were up 7-0 in the 5th, and had you tacked on a few more runs, he wouldn't really have had the opportunity to get the true 6-inning perfect game. Was there any thought of, almost batting yourselves out in that situation, or are you trying to just get the game over and get the mercy?
No, we were. There was no thought about it. We weren't stopping our swing. I mean, we had guys come in and get at bats added to the bottom, try and get guys games. It's going to be important to keep everybody playoff eligible.
All right, folks,
to swing. So
as we are getting ready to get this game started, get those wiffle points in. The predictions are up. Will the Snappers sweep? Snappers now -3.5 for this game. Warbirds +3.5. We've got 89,615 points coming in on the Warbirds. 82,624 points coming in on the Snappers. And if you're over on TikTok, you don't get to wager your wiffle points. You don't get to see the 4 different camera angles. You don't get to see our faces, the one bonus to staying on TikTok.
That might be the bonus. That's the one bonus. You don't get to see us. But
And you see Kyle Lohman running out to left center field. Looks like he's probably going to be refocusing that center field camera as it's got a bit darker here at Hideaway Field. 125,000 points coming in on the Snappers -3.5. So if you're on TikTok, head over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. You can see that link painted on the field in front of you. The link's in our bio. Just a real more professional broadcast over here, and a little more theatrics.
That's a good word, theatrics. All right, looks like we're getting ready to rock and roll here. I would have to guess it's the same. I don't think anybody's got the ball yet, Case. I think we're going to auction that off
At some point.
At some point, for sure.
Or perhaps it's on the store.
Yeah, might be in
Not
the
sure
store.
exactly what the deal is with that, but Casey Taravella, congratulations again. Perfect game, and again, only 5 strikeouts in that perfect game. A testament to the Legends' defense.
Well, he even said he was trying to hit a walk-off. He was trying to hit the 3-1 walk-off to end it.
And Briner looking to get things started for the Snappers here against Dan Pickering. Misses low and in. Points piling in on both sides. Ground ball shortstop. Petricus keeps it in front of him, bobbles it, picks it up, throws onto the backstop in time. 4.33 seconds for out number 1. Taylor Briner retired, and that is a huge out. Getting Briner out, getting it out to start this game, and Ryan Murphy, the rookie, steps in. 50 miles per hour off the pin, and you see the shrug from Murphy. Not expecting that one.
30K points is what Casey's saying is for sale.
I don't think that's that many.
Well, if Glenn Meadows is at 300, he's going to lose
for Glenn, it costs more.
He's going to lose all those points. He was going to buy it.
Fouls that one back again.
And there's Pickering doing what he does best. Lives in the low 50s, high 40s, and it's just
nothing but off speed.
Way slower than anybody's used
And the other benefit of that is that he's never going to have to worry about that 56 taking a strike away from him.
Oh, he's been known to gas it up a little bit.
Loops that one right into the waiting hands of Matty Levine for out number 2.
Well, Manny, and then Manny is coming off a hot game. Manny was hot the last game, so see if Pickering can get... Oh, David Harley moving up into the 3 spot.
Harley 2 home runs tonight. Definitely does not get cheated out here when he swings.
No.
He swings hard. And he does right there, but unable to come up with anything. 52 miles per hour off that strike zone. And Pickering looking good here early. Bounces one in there, as we often see when pitchers are ahead in the count, that waste pitch. Trying to get the batter to offer. Screwball, I think.
Yeah, screwball.
Nice pitch there from Pickering. And I think perhaps the wind tonight is helping those screwballs come across.
Mm-hmm.
Laces that one foul. Seems like perhaps the wind's been off and on. It's also kind of swirling back and forth, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's
seems
kind of
like
blowing across now. Kind of
It
across.
seems like it hasn't been very consistent. And Hito 1220 wants to get a sign ball from the man himself, Kirby Bucket. Now, I'm not sure exactly how we would have him sign a ball. Maybe he'd have him run over some ink and then run over the ball.
Yeah.
Harley, he's got his 3rd home run of the night over everything in left field, over those palm trees and into the jungle gym behind the shipping container. And he's got the Snappers off to a 1-0 lead early. David Harley Jr. heating up, and something that the Snappers have sorely needed, someone else in that lineup to step up beyond Briner and Weber.
So is that the same recipe we've seen? A solo shot from the Snappers in the first inning of every game?
Yep, and let's see if the Warbirds can hold them to just a single run yet again and tie it up. I believe they've done that in each of the first 2 games as well. Swing and a miss by Santillanes. Kirby freaking Buckets.
I love it.
Manny takes that in the turf. And there you see Kirby. Got his headlights on. Hanging out down the third base line as Manny drops that one in for a single. Base hit for Santillanes, and the Snappers have a runner on. 2 down. Jonathan Wilson. Huge triple last game. The game winner gave the Snappers the 6-4 lead. In the 6th inning, drove in 2. Let's see if Wilson can keep it up here or if he's going to get back to how he started the night. He's got that garden glove. I think he uses the garden glove as a batting glove in softball as well.
Yes, 100%. It's kind of
The
a lot of those
signature.
guys. A lot of those guys do. It's just easier to take off when they're running down to first base. They kind of it'll stick to the bat in softball. They've got so much pine tar on their hands.
Misses up top. The wind kind of blowing that, preventing it from finding the strike zone. And it looks like Briner's talking about a courtesy hack to Wilson. I think he's got the green light here. And he does wave at that one, but 55, that one may have been a strike anyway. Full count, 2 outs, and a man on. Swings and rolls that one to first. Perez grabs it, throws on, and it looks like that one hit a ball. The ball is considered part of the ground. That's going to be a reached on error for Wilson. That puts runners on first and second, 2 out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he knew there was somebody at first base. They should have talked to him before. Had an easy play, just to flip it to second base. You could almost run it
and
there.
they did have someone covering, but unable to make the play, and you do not want to give the snappers extra outs. You don't want to give anyone extra outs when the wind's blowing out.
No.
But a great bounce-back pitch there from Pickering gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Drops down, throws a little bit of a riser. That's something I have not seen from Pickering. Although I believe he may have thrown it a couple of times in game 1. But before tonight, I have not seen the riser out of him. Perhaps a new offering. Looks like a lot of these Warbirds have been trying to add pitches to their arsenal as Brandon Gregg down on strikes. That ends the inning. And again, the Warbirds give up 1, but get out of a jam.
Yeah, so it's the same recipe that's happened in the first 2 games. And each time the Warbirds have answered, they have to be. I think they need to get a lead. Get up 6-1, 7-1. They need to
the
do something.
The Warbirds have really been relying on trying to win all these close games. They haven't really been able to take a big lead, much at all this season. At least it seems like that.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, coming into the night, I think I mentioned it once before. The only person hit over 200. Jim Dodos. Everybody else is hitting.
Yeah, I think they've also got Brandon Mayo over 200, but he has not played for the Warbirds yet.
Yeah, well, Buckburner is hitting just over 200, but he's not in the lineup today.
Yeah, that's right.
The averages are 174, 192, 098, 125, 160. That's not a winning recipe. And Dan Pickering, 0.
Yeah, so does that make Jim have a higher batting average than the rest of his team combined?
No, but
close
it's really close.
After what has he made 2 outs tonight? Maybe at the end of the night he might.
He might be. But some of the guys have raised their average tonight for sure because they got a couple guys from hits tonight.
Yeah, the Warbirds offense has definitely got them enough runs to keep them in the game, but not yet able to take a game here and now in game 3, trying to avoid a sweep. And this is one of those situations where a lot of times the Warbirds kind of roll over.
Yeah, I mean, I like they had some swagger the first couple of weeks. I got to call one of their games. I called their first game and they had some swagger, and it was very impressive the way they beat these snappers 2 out of 3. And now it seems like they're waiting for the other shoe to drop every time.
Maddie Levine, slow ground ball. Wilson gets a piece of it, but Cap's there to make the play. 4.98, just under the 5-second mark. Cap's a little casual with that, kind of taking his time. Maybe he didn't realize the time was almost going to expire.
Yeah, ball wasn't hit that hard, and he doesn't really throw it very hard, but he throws it very accurate.
Yeah, it took a few seconds for that just to get to him.
Yes.
And that's going to bring Jim Dodos to the plate. 1 out, no one on. It's a situation he's been in all too often this season. Just misses. Great take from Dodos. Gets into a hitter's count. And I think no matter where the pitch is, he's going to swing as hard as he can. Oh, not quite. Wilson comes after him. And Santillanes with a little needle at Jim. And that's ball 4. Perhaps pitching around Dodos, as he's been red hot tonight, and that's going to bring up the rookie James Perez. That puts 1 walk on Wilson's record. He's got one left before he is out of the game and done for the series, as this is game 3.
Yeah, so 2 walks in the PLW and you're out for the game. Being game 3, it's pretty important to throw strikes.
Drops that one in there. I think that was off the foam. Just barely misses the top of the zone.
You can see that right there.
Yep.
See the picture of the foam?
Got a pool noodle wrapped in duct tape as you see Perez waves and misses as that big curveball flies outside. Just as people start swinging at it is when that ball really starts to break. Misses down with the riser. And
just a piece. Just
sticks
stuck the bat out. Just stuck the bat out.
Fouls it off, and you see the smile from Perez trying to protect their big curveball from Wilson. And he's been featuring that all night. You got to see when these guys are going to start to catch on as he just missed that one. Good swing by the rookie, just not quite able to connect. And Wilson knows maybe he got away with one there.
Yeah, definitely got away with one.
Throws the same pitch, grounded to Cap, steps on second, throws, and that one's going to curve way outside. You got to hit that center panel in order to turn a double play here in Premier League wiffle. But they get the lead runner yet again.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, balls in play are always good because now it gets a chance to get another batter up. And now you got Matty moving up and staying at the 4 spot.
Right. Matt Petricus.
I said that wrong for the first 2 seasons.
I still say it wrong sometimes. It's a tough name to say.
Matt Lanta, easy.
Yeah. Matt.
Yes.
I don't think. Are there other? They've got Matty Levine and Matty Petricus trying to monopolize the Matts over on the Warbirds, I think. How many other Matts do we have in the league?
I don't know. I don't think.
Are there any others?
I don't think there are any other.
So now the Warbirds
own all the Matts.
Yep. Batting them back-to-back as Petricus waves and misses as that big curveball. Wilson has been really doing a good job of, starting it at the batter's shoulder, having it come into the zone, then starting it on the inner half of the zone, having it fly away from hitters as Petricus pops that one straight up. Snappers minus 3.5 this game, 185,576 points on the Snappers at minus 3.5, and 146,065 points on the Warbirds at plus 3.5. Petricus pops that one up. The wind's going to put it on an adventure off the hands of Jesse Capps, and that one's going to fall in for an error. Did they get the out? Did they get the out? Let's see what happened here. You can see they stopped early. That was not. They did not stop.
That's okay.
They did not stop it. We're going to take another look at this. We've got the replay on the screen.
Go to the replay.
That is a tough call. Looks like the umpires are going to convene here. They're going to go check it out. Jesse was an infielder. He touches this, and they do pick it up and touch second. It was stopped well before.
We can definitely go
Greg
to it.
Picked it up.
We can get it right.
I think the umpires are going to try to retime this, perhaps. See how close it was to 5. Yes, this was a close play.
Close.
Good heads-up play by Brandon Gregg, keeping his foot on that bag and picking that ball up, perhaps within the 5 seconds. But I think this one's probably going to be over 5. Seems like a tough one to overturn here. It seems like it's maybe a full second. They've got the stopwatches down there. They're going to take a look at this, and we're going to see. Looks like the call in the field's going to stand.
Yeah, over 5 seconds. He stopped it early, but again, we have stopwatches, so you can go right in from the time that he hits it and clock and stop it.
And it looks like that was probably just over 5 seconds. A pretty close play there. But, the Snappers, I don't think, really deserve the benefit of the doubt on that ball. Definitely an error by Capps. Should have had that. Should have been able to catch that. But, obviously, it looks like they're going to... Are they going to challenge? I'm not sure what's going on. The umpires already went to review that. We've got Casey Taravella saying 4.89 here, and I'm not really sure what they're going to do down here. It doesn't seem like they've already reviewed this, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here.
Manager
I'm not really sure how.
It doesn't matter. If it's 5-0, it doesn't matter.
Jesse, get over there.
And it seems like a little bit of a
This wouldn't happen if you kept.
little bit of controversy. Tensions high here at the Hideaway in Game 3. But, everyone's got a smile on their face. They're joking around a little bit, but they're also a little serious,
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be a little serious. Jesse's
of-
another guy that gets piled on because Jesse doesn't have an audible button, and he talks to different people in ways that he probably shouldn't.
All right, and it looks like the call on the field is going to stand. I think that was over 5 seconds, although it was a very close play. The snappers justified in maybe trying to challenge that and have him take a look at it, but the umpires do take a look and believe that was just over 5 seconds.
You dropped an easy fly ball. You're safe.
I agree. All right, and it looks like we are ready to continue this game after a quick delay. A little controversy there on the 5-second rule. And Wilson steps in there, drops it in for strike number 2. He's ahead in the count, and Wilson's really been dominating Walensky all night long. Let's see if Tyler can punch back here, and he swings and misses. I think that's the 3rd or the 4th time he's struck out on that very pitch, running away from him to the outside. Wilson does a good job of bouncing back, gets out of the inning, no damage. And something that happens very often in this league, after a controversial play, it turns out it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. You dropped a lazy fly ball. It hit you in the hands, and you got lucky that it rolled. Yeah, was it unfortunate that a couple of stopwatches stopped early? Yes. No one has a vendetta. Nobody cares who wins. The umpires don't care. And the guys that complain the most never umpire. So show up, umpire, or shut up.
Or both.
Exactly. Just play. It's still just wiffle ball. Nobody has a... But you've got guys that get way too heated for, in my opinion, no apparent reason. Like it was unfortunate that he dropped it. It was unfortunate that it went right to
and
Brandon Gregg.
sometimes some of these guys get a little upset just for theatrics. It seems, it seems like some of the guys enjoy sort of the arguing with the umpire dynamic that they may miss from baseball.
Yeah. You've got guys that, I mean, I can vouch for the fact that none of the umpires care who wins the game. They don't want to make a mistake that costs the game.
Yeah. The only time the umpires may make a biased choice is if they're trying to get an out to speed the game up so they can leave sooner.
Right? Or it's against Chad. Or it's against Chad.
But no, I mean, the thing is, if you think that one call like that is going to decide the game, you're not outplaying the other team.
No. And one play,
especially with the snappers already, obviously, the previous results of the first 2 games shouldn't have any bearing on the calls. But the snappers up 2-0 in the series. I mean, it's tough to be trying to beg for that call when they did make a miscue.
Yeah.
Who is my favorite Phillies player of all time? First correct guess gets the T-shirt. I like Turtles 9.
If it's not Mike Schmidt, come on.
Steve Carlton, great guess by Stick Boyski. Flies that one right to Tyler Walensky in center field. Walensky playing a great center field tonight. Kind of going unnoticed, but I think the trade for Walensky has really improved this Warbirds defense and outfield.
Yeah, he's one of the
Although
better
he's struggling a bit at the plate, he will find his stride, I trust.
Yeah, you've got to play
Chase
more.
Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, mentioned in the chat, Pete Rose, John Kruk, a lot of good classic Phillies.
Well, he likes the snappers, so he obviously doesn't know anything about baseball, and he's a Philly fan, so he doesn't know anything about baseball. It's probably somebody like Mickey Morandini or, come on. Like, my favorite one is Gary Maddox.
Dan Pickering still towing the rubber for the Warbirds, facing Taylor Briner, who hits a no-doubter over Chad Phillips on the shipping container into the palm trees, and Briner able to take advantage of that wind, and this windy night may be able to give him some confidence as he comes back from that injury. We may have the Taylor Briner of old for the rest of the season. 3-time MVP, the only MVP.
Yeah. I mean, if you like Papelbon, like he's always the end of the inning.
Oh,
So
looks like
Jonathan Papelbon.
Mooman TV, a whiffler from the Milwaukee area,
Oh, there we
tuning
go.
into the chat. We'll likely see him at the National Wiffle League Association tournament in July, hoping to bring a team of all-stars from Premier League Wiffle out to that tournament, as Ryan Murphy bloops one right into the hands of Matt Petricus, ranges over to second base to make that catch.
I mean, he's such a big fan. He probably doesn't even know all the best Phillies ever. Like Greg Luzinski. Come on, give me Greg Luzinski.
If that's right, do you win the T-shirt?
No, I wouldn't want that.
As Harley
t-shirt.
waves and
I
misses.
don't want no T-shirt.
It's probably not your size.
No, very few man sizes out here. Can Pickering get out of this with just another?
Floats one in there. Slow ground ball to third base. Harley is going to be out as Matty Levine scoops that up and throws onto the backstop to end the inning. Snappers.
2.
Yep. The home run from Briner.
So again, this has been the difference is the home runs. Dodos has hit a couple of home runs, but
It seems like the Warbirds just aren't really getting under the ball.
yeah, not a lot of balls in the air. I mean, I'm looking at line scores. Fielder's choice, 6-3, 6-3, 4-3, 1-3, fielder's choice. Pop up to the infield, Not a lot of balls in the air, and then when they have been in the air, they've been doubles, triples, home runs. So they just got to get it up.
And it looks like Wilson's going to be remaining on the bump for the Snappers. I believe he's got one walk to Dodos in the first inning.
Walk 1 to first.
Chris Warfield going to be stepping in, getting some at-bats today as his Warbirds are shorthanded. Warfield, another one of those managers that only really bats when necessary. And tonight, it is.
Yeah, we'll be short. We'll be short next week. I might have to get some at-bats. I doubt it, but
I have to get Bacone some more at-bats in that lineup.
Oh,
I believe he's batting 280 since the trade in just 15 plate appearances.
yeah, that's the goal. That was the goal. We made that a goal last night to get him some at-bats for sure.
Go, Chris.
Swing and a miss. And there you see why Warfield is often not in the lineup. Fly ball, third base. Greg Kelly under it, makes the play for out number 1.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Hookem? And Turtles is like, yeah, they says the same thing about, is it J.D. Drew that they threw batteries at and he left and became a Cardinal? So, love those Philly fans.
Here we've got Matty Levine in his Warbirds debut. Takes one at 55. Nasty pitch from Wilson. He's done a great job locating that where he wants. It seems when he misses outside, it's on purpose. As he does right there. Maybe a little bit further than he was anticipating.
Yes.
Maybe a lot further. Bounces that one, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2-0. Bottom of the second. Did he go? I don't think so. Looks like
I don't
we
have
got
him.
the safe
I don't
sign.
have him going.
Yeah,
I don't have him going.
We
up
got a
here.
no-go from first base umpire Cody Runnels. That's going to bring the count to 3-2 as you see the replay on the check swing. I think he held there. But he swings this time, loops that one into left field. Taylor Briner comes on to make the play. That's going to be out number 2. And that brings the man himself, Jim Dodos, to the plate. One walk so far this game. Another one would chase Wilson from the game.
Yeah, with a 2-run lead, I still don't think you pitch to him.
And it looks like the snappers kind of, they're talking about how they want to approach this defense, how they want to align against Dodos. Been turning on the ball a lot tonight. Looks like they're going to leave the entire left side vacant, and Dodos is the type of guy that'll reach out for that outside pitch. And with Wilson throwing those big looping sliders, it's I think it's tough for them to leave that side wide open. As Jim was trying to make it not matter where the defense was standing on that last swing.
I don't think it matters where you stand. If he hits it hard, you're not going to field it anyway. So,
and he was trying to hit that one over the fence. Doesn't matter where you put the fielders if he hits it 50 feet over the fence again, as Wilson bounced that in. Good chase pitch there, trying to get Dodos to bite. Big bender. Jim wanted that one, and then the wind got a hold of that one. Misses outside with the riser. That fills up the count. Wilson's got to come with a strike here if he wants to stay in the game, but Brandon Gregg and Taylor Briner behind him. Fist that one, and that's going to fall into left field just over Greg Kelly. Taylor Briner may be able to get a hand on this. Let's see the replay. Doesn't really matter as there's no base runners, but not quite able to get to it. A lot of spin on that ball. It seemed like it couldn't decide where it wanted to go. Dirty single, but obviously, any single is the same result as Jim ends up on first. No runners advancing on that. And another, is that a replay? No. Brandon Gregg able to range into center field to make the play. That's going to end the inning. Still 2-0 Snappers as we head into the top of the third.
Yeah, so again, after that first game with the wind really blowing out, neither of these teams have been able to take advantage of the wind.
Yeah, it seems like the wind's swirling. I'm not sure if it's even still blowing out at this point.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I mean, it's definitely blustery, and if you get it up in the air, it's going to carry.
And there have definitely been some gusts, as I've said several times tonight. The wind has been off and on. Doesn't seem like it can pick a direction.
Yeah, so that's welcome to. This is normally March weather, but April will take it. This is kind of what you get. Little wind. Going to Pickering again, staying out there.
Yeah, Pickering will remain in the game here in the third. Trying to get Pickering some work for the Warbirds to, in the absence of Buck Burner, no Brandon Mayo as well.
Yeah, spring break hits this team a little hard because people are taking breaks.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers in the league.
And it looks like we are ready to get started here. Manny Santillanes leading off for the Snappers. He's got the hit stick, which both teams have been using today as he fouls that first pitch off. Swing and a miss. Santillanes down on strikes, and Pickering doing a great job in this game. Obviously, the home run to Briner, not really much you can do to prevent that.
Well, just 2 home runs.
Other than pitching around him.
Just 2 home runs is what he's given up. So, I mean, he's pitching well.
I believe it was in the first inning, the home run from Harley, right?
Yes, sir. Home run from Harley.
I believe Harley's had a home run in each of the 3 games tonight.
I can check that.
Unless he had both of the first 2 in game 1, which is also a possibility. Jonathan Wilson now stepping in for the Snappers against Pickering, fouls the first pitch off. Pickering doing a great job getting ahead of batters. Getting that 0-2 count, throwing that first pitch strike.
David Harley, a home run in each game.
Harley found a nice home here on the Snappers after being waived by the Sand Vipers. Able to get more at-bats, get in the lineup as an everyday player, and able to hit some home runs.
Yeah, it's critical that he got at bats. He's one of the best defenders in the league.
Absolutely.
Getting him at bats, I mean, I was tempted to pick him up. I'd have had to cut myself, but that's okay to pick up that defense. But he wouldn't have gotten any at bats, and he wouldn't have been happy sitting on the bench and just playing defense.
And that one is spinning right to Pickering. Picks it up, throws onto the backstop. That's going to be out number 2. That's going to bring Brandon Gregg to the plate. This time falls behind in the count. First pitch ball. Expect Pickering to go right after him here. And there it is, 52, right off the strike zone, 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Drops that one inside. Evens the count at 2-2. As a gust of wind starts blowing, I believe, straight out to center field. And he misses inside. Fills the count, 3-2, 2 outs. I don't believe Pickering has walked anyone yet.
No, sir. No walks yet. Doesn't want to walk here, though.
And he drops that one in. Is this going to get blown out? No. Jim Dodos there to make the play. Easy fly out. And let's see if the Warbirds can get something going. The Warbirds struggling to get momentum here this series and really this season.
Yeah, I mean, only got 1 hit in this game. Kind of struggling. Everything's kind of been beaten into the ground except for a couple of little bloops. 1 to second, 1 to third.
And Wilson going to go back out for another inning. How many innings does he have left?
You know, that's the one thing I was not tracking today. I tracked it when I was playing the other day and tracked it when I was down on the field, but I didn't keep track of it. Sorry, boys and girls. I just wasn't paying attention. Wasn't doing my job. It's back-to-back days when you play all night and then you work all day and then you come out here and sit. It's just 2 days in a row might be too much.
Yeah, sometimes the back-to-backs can be difficult, but something that we're getting used to here.
Yeah, well, I'm young, and the sun's down. So if the sun was up or something, I'd probably have a second
There you see that
wind.
Luxor light, representing where the Las Vegas Strip is beyond that center field wall. And Petricus, was that a check swing single?
That was excuse me, getting the 5-6. Thank you. Go to first.
Let's take another look at that. It looks like he just looks like he was trying to hold up, but then you see Wilson, can't believe it. Didn't even swing at that ball, practically. Wilson visibly upset, and that's going to bring Tyler Wilinski to the plate. Wilson has owned Wilinski so far tonight. Ooh, just misses inside. Great take from Wilinski. Hopefully trying to zone in on that pitch. And wow, gust of wind took that one. That was a big bender.
That was 6 feet.
That thing took a 90-degree turn.
That was 6 feet. That thing broke.
At least. Wilson doing a good job controlling that wind, though, playing the wind into his pitch as Wilinski grounds it to third. Greg Kelly picks it up, and Briner unable to hit that center panel for the double play. But again, they get that lead runner. So you see the ball was perhaps sticking to Briner's hand there. Didn't come out quite where he wanted it to.
You're right, Sean. I need to wake up, but man, I've been awake for a long time. Some of us work for a living.
You want me to slap you in the face?
Yeah, no, not again.
You said
not
yeah.
again.
And another grounder to third. He's going to have another chance, and Briner hits the strike zone, 79 miles per hour, 4.65 to get the double play. That ends the inning, ends the threat, and the Warbirds still unable to get any momentum here. Now the Snappers going to try to add on to that 2-0 lead.
So double plays are a momentum builder and a killer. They moved Taylor from left field to second base. I don't know if that was because he was diving so much and kind of want to protect himself. I mean, he still got recovered from that hand, or if it was just for that, turn that double play.
Yeah. And let's take a quick look forward to tomorrow's series, Cajuns versus Lightning. Rematch of that first week of the season matchup. I believe the Cajuns took 2 of 3 in that series.
Yes, take 2 of 3. The Cajuns took 2 of 3 to start.
The Lightning going to look to get a little bit of revenge. The Lightning has been making some moves, and also the Cajuns and Lightning, Anthony Michael for Devlin Daniel. So hopefully both of them are in attendance and get a chance to play against their former team.
Yeah, I saw Devlin last night. He was in attendance watching the end of that series and seemed to be very happy, ready to rock and roll, ready to go against his former team. And I know that Anthony Michael has had an immediate impact in that Lightning's lineup.
Yeah, the Lightning also recently picked up Josh Towers, former Major League veteran, the number 1 overall pick in the draft by the Night Owls. The Lightning traded a free agentship and Dave Seifert in exchange for Towers.
Cat G, thank you very much.
Fly ball center field, and Wilinski under it again.
Position
Solid
perfectly.
defense out there. Wilinski, sure hands.
We got GK Rabbit getting in at bat here in the 4th.
Bringing Kelly into the game. 2-0 game. Wind blowing out. Kelly looking to turn on a ball as 52 off the bar. And Greg just kind of shrugs his shoulders, moves on to the next pitch. And here it comes. Kelly grounds it to third, right to Matty Levine, ducks out of the way as that ball goes into the backstop for out number 2. 2 outs, and Taylor Briner coming to the plate, looking to tack one on. And now the question is, do you pitch around him here?
No, I don't. I mean, in the 4th inning, yes, but I'll let you answer that one.
Zoltan 620, does PLW have its own World Series like baseball? World Series may be a bit of a strong word as the teams here are all local, but there is a championship 5-game series at the end of the season. We have 1 week of playoffs. The top 5 teams make playoffs. 4 and 5 have that wild card series, 3 games. And then the semifinals, also a 3-game series. Finals, a 5-game series this season, going to take place over 2 days, assuming there is not a 3-game sweep.
Kyle Hookham, my boy, my other Cardinal fan in the league.
Briner loops that one, and Pickering's going to touch it fair, throw onto the backstop, and that ends the inning. Good shutdown inning from Pickering, still 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th, and the Warbirds need to do something here.
Yeah, Pickering has retired 8 straight after the home run.
It just seems like the Warbirds can't seem to get anything going unless it's Jim Dodos doing the heavy lifting.
Well, and speaking of the man, he will bat second in this inning, so we need
Hopefully
to
we get a runner on base for him.
Yeah,
because that is the Warbirds' only hope.
So we have what we call spread drama.
That's right.
That's spread drama.
I believe we had a 3.5 line. Is that right? 2.5?
I want to say it's 3.5.
Someone's got. I want to say 3.5. I believe it's 3.5. And we shall see. Wilson going back out for another inning of work.
And stick around, everybody in the chat. We're going to have a poll to see who you want up in the booth. Tom is going to ask some hard-hitting, pointed questions, or they're just going to point at each other and giggle.
Or both.
Come on, man.
Good take by Levine there. 2-2 count.
Oh, good take.
Fills the count.
Jonathan Wilson has a walk, but it doesn't matter with Taylor Briner.
Levine kind of zoning in on that slider. Gets it again, and he lofts that one into left field, but Briner there to make the easy catch for out number 1. And that brings the man of the hour up to the plate. Jim Dodos looking to get something going for his Warbirds. Seems like they have constantly called upon him to provide the offense.
Looks like Gio Battistoni's looking for a date. Said he wants to get hooked up with the girl in the graphic, and he'll ask for a trade immediately.
Interesting. Not sure who's going to be trading for him.
I know, right?
Not sure how that works. Jim.
Chiropractic adjustment behind the plate there.
A smile there. I think maybe he pulled his head on that one, was trying to hit it further than the last home run he hit. I think had he connected on that one, it would have gone very far.
Yes.
Or it would have been hit very hard.
He would have been in some sandstone territory there with light tower power right there.
Yeah. The right launch angle into this wind can send the ball quite a distance as we get that gust of wind at our back going out towards center field. So if he gets under one as he fouls that one off,
What a waste.
2-2 count.
Way to spoil that pitch. Honestly, Kyle Miles been all-star level pitching, and Matty Levine is a good glue guy, going to show up every week. Attendance has kind of been a problem for some of the Warbirds, and he's a veteran. He'll figure it out. Like, it's just a matter of getting the right chemistry right now for these guys. Spoils another
that one
good
off.
pitch.
And that's the double foul tip into the zone, I believe. Is that 2 fouls?
Yep.
Or did he not get a piece of that?
He did, but he fouled off 2 in a row to
Yep.
the...
Right into the strike zone, and the catcher catches the second one, so to speak, if you're thinking of the best baseball analogy for that play right there in that situation. That brings up the rookie, James Perez. And Wilson, been featuring that slider all evening long, and it doesn't seem like any of the Warbirds are really catching on to it. Except, obviously, Dodos. But even there, he was fooled.
Yeah.
Let's see if Perez can spark this offense. Has had a lot of hard hit balls today, but unable to come up with anything there. Doesn't seem like he's really getting under much, just a lot of line drive, hard contact, hard ground balls, but on a night like tonight, you really want to sell out and try to hit the ball straight up.
Yeah, nice flat swing. Stays in the zone a long time.
Big curveball misses outside, and it seems like the Warbirds have been taking better at bats as this series goes on, as this game gets deeper into the later innings, but will that be enough? Still no runs on the board. I think
That's a walk.
that might have been a knuckleball or something. Wilson trying to do something funky there, but walks out. That's going to be the end of his evening on the rubber. Looks like we're going to have another appearance from Kirby Bucket, bringing the warm-up balls out to Taylor Briner, the reigning Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah, TB7's definitely been hittable this season.
And there you see Kirby getting some air, using that pile-on to turn that base into a ramp.
You guys waited all day.
Kirby's got that turbo going. He's got he went into the shop, had some upgrades, some nitrous oxide in his engine.
Yeah, TB7's been a little hittable this year. 1-7. I think it's safe to say he's not going to be an MVP unless he just has the most unbelievable second half.
Yeah, definitely a tall hill to climb for Briner to get back into the MVP conversation. After the slow start, had one hand for the first, 6 weeks of the season, so obviously hindered his production at the plate and as well as pitching. Obviously, it was his left hand, so he was able to still throw the ball, but, the cast definitely hindered his fielding ability as well as just messing with his balance a little bit.
Yeah, and he broke his hand within a week of getting his cast off. He broke it again. So he was been in the cast
I think it might have been
for a
his first. He was playing baseball. I think it might have been his first game back.
while. Broke his hand again.
Both times tagged sliding into second, or maybe on the base broke his hand. But he did say the second time breaking it that he was called safe.
Of course he would.
First time he was out. Here comes the pitch, dropping down to that submarine sidearm type angle yet again. Hasn't really been able to find that pitch too much here in the wind. So he goes back to that over the top, and that's going to be a walk. Briner not one to walk out often, but now we've got a runner in scoring position. 2 on, 2 out, and Tyler Walensky, a huge at-bat here. He struggled a bit tonight, but if he gets a big hit here, all is forgiven.
Yeah, if he gets the pitch up and hits it, I mean, it gets it up in the air, it's going to go. It's going to be a home run. He's just...
Ground ball, keeps it on the ground again. Taylor's going to just turn and throw home with that, as there were 2 outs, just ends the inning that way.
But the walks do one thing. It gives a Taylor Briner a walk.
Yep. One more walk, and he's out of here.
One more walk, and he's out of here. And it allows the potential, being this is only the 5th, for Dodos to get 2 more at-bats. So
Yep.
When you only have 6 guys in the lineup, anytime you get on base and get a couple guys on base, you have a chance to bring up your better hitters 2 and 3 times in the last inning. And that's... Warbirds might be able to steal one here in these last 2 innings if they can. I mean, Pickering's been masterful, other than the 2 home runs, and
Absolutely, yeah.
he's been pitching great. I mean, but he had nowhere to go but up because his ERA was pushing, the winning lottery numbers in the Massachusetts lottery.
Almost getting to the double digits there, but Pickering doing a great job, especially when you consider the conditions here. Only 2 runs allowed with the wind blowing straight out. And although the Warbirds haven't been able to get on the board yet, it's possible that it could actually pay off for them, as they are the home team. And if they could wait until the bottom of the 5th or the bottom of the 6th to put those runs on the board, the Snappers, kind of have been complacent this game. They haven't really had that sense of urgency needing to put runs up because they have got the lead.
Yeah. I mean, he's retired 11 of the last 12, with the only blemish is the home run by TB7.
So
So
he's really shutting him down.
He's pitched
doing
fantastic.
a great job of getting these first pitch strikes, getting ahead of hitters in this wind.
We got a lot of guys working on trades, trying to get us to trade for Dodos. I don't know if I have enough in the books to get Dodos from the Warbirds. Not that I would do that. I don't think we would break up our team as we're playing now.
Ooh,
what a great pitch. What was that?
What a pitch. Gets Murphy down on strikes. That's going to be out number 1. That brings David Harley Jr. up to the plate. Harley hit a home run in the first inning.
Kyle, 2-0. Snappers have won the first 2 games.
High fly ball, left field. Petricus ranges out into the outfield to make the play.
And any ball hit in the air is an adventure.
Yeah, it's the wind has definitely been swirling. It's hard to know what to expect once the ball gets above those trees. Had a few miscues tonight as Manny Santillanes rips one, but right at Jim Dodos. The Warbirds outfielders have been placed perfectly all night. A lot of hard hit balls just happen to be right at them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the box score right here. I mean, he's retired 11 in a row, 11 of his last 12, and he's pitching masterfully. I mean, yeah, good hard hit balls right at people, but it's going to happen.
Briner with 1 walk here, and I expect him to really come right after these Warbirds hitters. And here in the bottom of the 5th, if they can put up a crooked number here, that could be the key to getting this win. Obviously, the Warbirds they've had so many close 2 1-run games, and I think they're really looking to try to turn this around and try to win a close game for once.
Yeah, you look at the Snappers' record, they have won 3 games this season, 1-0. They beat They beat the Bombers 2 games.
Oh boy, I was calling that game.
1-0, 1-0.
I think TB7 Briner. I think he threw about 7 strikes in that game too. Really did a great job getting those Bombers to chase. And it seemed like every time he needed to hit the strike zone and they were taking, he did.
Yeah, he needed to.
Just really a pitcher's pitcher. Briner hits the outside corner with a screwball, as you can see right there.
That's not fun. That's not fun or fair.
That's fun for him.
Yeah.
Pops it up right back to him, and you hear a little bit of rage out of manager Chris Warfield. And Warfield has made several moves this season, and perhaps after tonight we may see another. Bottom of the 5th, Matty Levine trying to get something going for the Warbirds in his debut, but takes 53, I believe that hit the bottom bar of the strike zone. Let's see a replay. Yep, got it right on the corner. And then he laces that one up the middle, but Jesse Capps picks it up off the hands of Manny Santillanes. 4.80 for the out. Santillanes does a great job knocking that one down. And Capps throws one in at 67. Not known for his strong arm out there, but really can put a charge into it when he needs to. Jim Dodos at the plate. Flares that one into left field, right at Brandon Gregg, but it goes off of his hands and back into the infield. And another miscue, and that's leaves the door wide open for the Warbirds to put something on the board now.
So can Perez hit a strike? Taylor's going to throw him a strike.
Can Perez get under a strike? That's what I want to see.
Yes.
He's hit a lot of line drives. I want to see him hit a pop-up. Although perhaps the wind not carrying the ball quite as far at this point in the night.
I mean,
Great
Perez,
take there.
he has a home run, so he's got some power. He's done it before. Can he do it here?
Yeah, big spot for the rookie. Waves and misses at that one. 2-2 count.
That would have been 3-1.
Would have been way ahead. Already a walk on Briner as well, but gets him to chase that one and hits on the outside half. 51 miles per hour. Gets him looking, and you see Briner wave him bye-bye as he ends that inning. We head to the sixth. Still 2-0 Snappers. And the Warbirds just unable to get anything going. It's just, it's tough to watch at this point, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, the teams at the bottom. And again, take what you will from the Snappers, a one-handed Taylor Briner. Other than Shane, nobody was hitting over 200 for that team. The Warbirds, nobody other than Dodo's hitting over 200 for that team. You can't score if your team is hitting 200 as a team. It doesn't translate to, it doesn't matter how good your pitching and defense is. And these teams are finding out that even in the wind, it's hard to score runs. And, you know, Dan Pickering's pitching great. I mean, I hate to see this effort wasted, but if he keeps them close 2-0, it's not insurmountable. It's just a base hit. It's a base hit, a bloop and a blast, as we like to say.
Yeah, Pickering doing a fantastic job keeping the Warbirds within striking distance, but still he's going to have to get 3 more outs to keep them within 2. As you see Wilson and Warfield having a little bit of, not sure what that exchange was as you saw him walking by the backstop there. Warfield maybe a little bit frustrated. Wilson trying to have some fun with him as he steps into the box. Leading off the 6th inning, Pickering looking to keep the Snappers at bay.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get through another 1, 2, 3 inning, that would be, we would call that a quality start.
Flares that one down the third baseline. Levine lets that one go foul.
Might have been a smart
Perhaps,
play.
yeah, perhaps a wise choice there. Took him a little while to get there. A lot of spin on that ball, so if he doesn't pick that cleanly, perhaps Wilson ends up on second base, as that was also perhaps going out of play right near that little gap in the fence. Swings, drives that to center. Is it going to have enough? Oh, no, but Dodos able to catch that one right up at the wall. Just not quite enough to get that one over the fence. And it appears the wind has sort of changed direction now. Maybe you don't want to be hitting the ball straight up anymore.
No, it looks like it's kind of blowing across the field, kind of knocking down the floaters.
And Brandon Gregg goes the other way with it, but Tyler Walensky ranges over into right field to make the catch. A quick 2 outs for Pickering as Scott Labrado, the rookie draft pick by the Snappers, steps in to take an at-bat here.
Yeah, so according to Emily Weber, this is his last series. He's moving away.
Flares that one right to Pickering. 1-2-3 inning, does a great job keeping the score at 2-0. Just a pair of solo shots.
3 hits total. He's given up 3 hits total. Only has 3 strikeouts. and he has a chance to win a game.
A great outing,
Great
for
outing.
Pickering, and let's see if the Warbirds can make it count here. Just 2 runs, and now they've got the hammer. The bottom of the last inning, their last ups. Already a walk on Briner, so he's going to have to come right at these hitters, and if he walks out, that could be the key to victory.
Yeah, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Glenn, but you're going to lose Whiffle points again. Because I'm sure he took the Snappers minus 3.5.
I think Glenn is looking for this game to go to extra innings somehow.
Yes, he needs extra innings in the worst way.
We'll see how that goes.
But the best part is if we get 2 guys on, you know who could hit dramatic home run? The War Chicken. He would be batting third in this lineup.
Would love to see that.
That would be another one.
Would be a great storyline. The War Chicken. He's got some big home runs. Hit a home run off Billy Santiwan, the Cy Young Award leader in the Cy Young race by
leaps and bounds.
He's really starting to run away with it.
I mean, unless he goes 1-6 in his last starts, I don't think anybody.
Hopefully, the wind's blowing out every time he pitches the rest of the season.
Yeah, but I mean, but Jenner's having a great season too. So I mean, if I'm not saying if he stumbles, but I don't want to see anybody stumble. But I'd like to see him come back to earth.
There's definitely a pack of pitchers behind Santiwan, hoping for him to stumble, have a couple bad outings, and put him right back in the middle of the pack. And Briner, 51 off the inside, gets the nod from Petricus. Nice spot there. Not too much he could have done with that. 2-2 count. Fouls it off, stays alive. 53, I think that one was coming into the zone.
Yeah, so Taylor going to rely on that screwball. Kind of found it. Found a pitch he can throw for strikes.
Drops that one in there. It's going to be hit to the gap. And Petricus drops that one in for a single. Brandon Gregg stops that one from getting to the wall, but the Warbirds have a leadoff man on, and Tyler Wilinski steps in, representing the tying run.
Yeah, Matty's been on base all 4 times this game. Has yet to score a run, so see if this lineup can roll over.
Tyler Wilinski struggling a bit offensively tonight. Believe that got the bottom bar. Was that strike 2?
Yes, it is.
Nasty pitch by Briner. Gets ahead in the count. Great take by Wilinski. Good patience there. 57 would have been too hot even if it had clipped that bottom bar of the strike zone. Gasses him up 63, but misses way outside and evens the count right back up to 2-2.
Action pitcher. He's not going to take a chance going 3-2.
Oh, but able to get him to wave and miss at that screwball, and Briner with a little bit of luck there. And the War Chicken. 51, another one off the bar, and Briner seems dialed in. I do not expect him to give up much, if anything, in these last few batters for the Warbirds. War Chicken waves and misses, and it comes down to the new acquisition, the new kid on the block, Matty Levine, in his Warbirds debut with a chance to be the hero. Ground ball, third base. Greg Kelly is in front of it, flips to second, and that is going to end it. The Snappers with a sweep of the Warbirds. 2-0 final. A great pitching performance by the Snappers. A great performance by Dan Pickering on the other side. Tough luck loser for the Warbirds. Great series, and the Warbirds, again, they've just had so many heartbreaking losses in close games, and this is just another one added to the list. A lot of frustration coming out of the Warbirds. But, bright spot Jim Dodos, I believe he only got out twice.
Yeah, so again, another series where, but the Snappers got what they needed. They won, they swept. They've moved up in the standings. They moved up in the middle of the table. Now they're looking at a chance to do something else. They've won 2 series in a row. Let's get that poll up, see who the fans want to see up in the booth.
Yeah, and the Snappers have been here before. When they won the championship in that spring season, they did not get off to a fast start. They were near the bottom of the league early in the season, and then they figured things out. Taylor Briner really got hot mid-season.
And then he pitched every game and pitched
Yeah.
him right to the championship. He was unhittable. That was the
Yeah.
year that he became TB7
Yeah.
that season.
Yeah, he didn't even really come into the MVP conversation until mid-season, and then he ran away with it.
Yeah, I mean, he pitched every game. They won every game down the stretch. They played great as a team that
So
season.
who do you want to see the post-game interview?
I think
David Harley Jr., Jonathan Wilson, Ryan Murphy, the rookie, Taylor Briner, TB7, the manager of this team, or Brandon Gregg, still getting no love, no votes for Brandon Gregg, guys. Come on.
Oh, looks like it's going to be David Harley Jr.
Yeah, it looks like he is leading with 16 votes. Still a bit of time. Get those votes in. Just a few seconds left. And who's going to win? It's going to be David Harley Jr. with 16 votes coming up to the booth, and it looks like he's running away. He almost left.
He almost left.
Didn't think he was even going to get the call to the booth. But Brad, why don't you run down there and get Harley to come up here for the post game interview, folks? If you've got a question for David Harley Jr., please post it in the chat. I'll do my best to try to get to all of them. Harley, how you doing?
Doing great.
Great sweep. You had a home run in each of the games tonight. You had the wind blowing out. The wind was kind of off and on, kind of swirling around. So why don't you talk about how much of a factor that was tonight?
Yeah, man. I've been actually adjusting my my stance, but as far as the wind's concerned, you just had to get it lifted up a little bit and put a little power behind it, make some contact, and it was almost like a short bet going out.
Yeah, it seemed like the snappers, you guys did a lot better of a job at getting the ball up into the air, up into that wind. The Warbirds also were hitting the ball hard, but it seemed like they were hitting a lot of stuff on the ground. As we see a message in the chat, Harley, I believe you are from Pennsylvania. Who's your favorite Philly? I like Turtles. Had a giveaway. Had a little.
Yeah, I don't mean to disappoint, but I was never really a baseball fan, man. And my dad's a huge baseball fan, so I kind of grew up on Mike Schmidt, Steve Carlton, old heads, 32, 20.
Big Steve Carlton guy as a left-handed pitcher myself. Good on that answer. So the three home runs, felt like you were hitting the ball well all night. Was there anything that was clicking, or was it just kind of the bat was finding the ball?
No, I have a really good energy playing with the snappers. They're all really good hitters. Taylor Briner is like one of the best hitters in the league.
He's kind of good. That guy's kind of good.
He's okay.
A lot of people have been saying.
He's a great mentor to have on the squad, giving like the minor adjustments that are needed, and it's just awesome to be able to play with somebody like that. Especially like I don't consider myself very good at all. I'm just a middle of the road player, but with somebody like that, yeah.
Elite fielding, and if you get hot the right day, a lot of people say wiffle ball is the great equalizer.
Yeah, no, I've loved playing wiffle ball ever since I was a kid. Played in college a bunch, and it's we see it all the time in the thread. Like people are either like kind of dissing it, or they're like, dang, they have a lot of talent, and it's like there's like no middle ground, and it's no joke out here. That ball is going every which way. It's very hard to hit,
especially in the wind. I mean, it seemed like the wind was really swirling and had a lot of effect on those pitches. Jonathan Wilson on the snappers, he pitched really well. It seemed like he was really taking advantage of that wind as well.
Yeah, Brandon Gregg, he pitched lights out too.
We've got another question in the chat. Alonzo Valencia, what is DHJ's morning routine look like? Do you do the same thing every morning, or does it vary day to day?
Yeah, he knows me well. Zo's the man. I wake up at 4:30 every morning, try to get to bed by 9. And, it's the same thing.
So it's past your bedtime now, 9:33.
Way past, man. I'm going to pass out. My dog's sleeping in the bed right now. I'm probably hogging the whole thing up.
And then we've got another one. Chicken Bob Mack. Were you nervous coming into the game? I believe, was that your first pitching appearance in your PLW career?
That was nerve-wracking. Yeah, no, I've been talking on and off with Taylor. I'm like, we were actually working one whole day just like on pitching. I've been asking him, give me some pointers. I mean, being a former teammate.
We've had that pitcher's game, getting some work in practice back when we could use the field whenever we wanted.
Yeah.
Remember the good old days?
Yeah, I do. The good old days a couple months ago. But I enjoy pitching, and I know that if I can come around to it, that I could at least be like a 4 pitcher.
Yeah.
That was actually that was a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm sure if
especially having to come out in that wind. I mean, it's tough to throw a strike. And Brad Ogden was dogging you. He didn't think you were going to throw any strikes.
I did. I was just going to say, I did
hate
hit
to
one.
throw you under the bus, Brad, but I said he was going to throw one, and I was right. You can go back. I saved the receipts. I'm going to have a clip of that tomorrow morning.
I had a pretty nice, like, kind of a drop curve, this thing that Taylor does, like
hit
the
that
overhand.
outside, yeah,
and I hit that outside top bar. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, but it was a great game, and honestly, I thought I would be on the Legends with the rest of the old heads out here, but just not the case, and I kind of had a feeling I was going to be on the Snappers, and I'm just really grateful that I'm part of such an incredible team.
Seems like you've really found a good home for yourself on the Snappers, getting in the lineup as an everyday player, and great performance tonight. I'll let you go celebrate with your team.
I appreciate you guys.
Celebrate the sweep.
Guys that stuck around watching.
And it looks like you guys are, getting right back into the mix here. So good luck the rest of the season.
I appreciate you.
All righty. I'll get my colleague Brad Ogden back in here with me in the booth. And Brad, let's take a quick look ahead to tomorrow's series. Like we were saying, Cajuns Lightning. Going to be an exciting matchup there. Here where you see the graphic. Cajuns Lightning. Who do you got in that series?
I like the Lightning. The moves that they made, if Devlin Daniel can throw strikes, they've added another solid pitcher, Anthony Michael, in the middle of the lineup. I'd like to see Leday pitching more. I know his offense is great, and Roosh has been, the Roosh brothers, in fact, have been fantastic.
Yeah, Ryan Roosh really kind of stepping into the ace role for the Cajuns, with Leday not really seeing that many innings. And his brother Nathan Roosh, as you were saying as well, really starting to find that strike zone. And he looks like the right-handed version of Roosh, Ryan.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go with the depth, the one extra pitcher. Jake Purdy, Ryan Roosh, they kind of cancel each other out.
Yep. And it's going to be exciting to see the debut of Josh Towers with the Lightning. Going to be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. Towers being traded over from the Night Owls.
Yes, it'll be a fantastic series. Tune in tomorrow night, 6:05. You can't miss it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.